Yo, what's good, guys? What's good? What's good? What's good? Let's get this show on the road. Let's get this show on the road. I hope you guys having an amazing day. I figured I'd go live. Let's go. Larry, the first guy to be here. Let's fucking go. So, want to break down this entire card. We could talk about anything, UFC, all that stuff. We could talk about anything. So, I figured let's go. Let's get this show on the road and let's get it. Let's go. Hope you guys having an amazing day, guys. Hope everybody's having an amazing day. And how you guys doing today, guys? How you guys doing today? You guys doing good? Hopefully you guys having a great day, guys. It's a bunch of MMA to talk about, so let's get into it. Let me just make sure everything's good. The audio's good. Everything's good. Alright, so we could talk about, obviously, Lerone Murphy versus Emmett. And then we have a lot of news. There's a big announcement today from Dana White. Dana White is saying Dana White is going to go live on Instagram later today with some important news. I figure he's going to go live at, like, let's say maybe 9, 10 p.m. for me. Right now it is 6 p.m. So whenever I get news from Dana, it's usually like late at the night. So I think it's going to be some good news today. And I think he's going to announce I heard UFC 320s in September. It's going to be at UFC Mexico. It's going to be in Mexico, I believe. It's going to be in Mexico. So, let me pull up the chat right here. I'm going to pull you guys up. Shout out to Larry for being the first one here. Shout out to all you guys. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Shout out to Hobknocker as well. Hope you guys are having an amazing day, guys. I figured let's get this show on the road. So, first poll of the day is going to be, do you guys think, by the way, let me know if I'm lagging or anything, but do you guys think that Jon Jones will be in the news today? Will he be? Oh, BSD versus Joel Alvarez is official now. I believe that's for UFC 315, right? Do you guys think it's going to be Jones? Will involve Jones, Jon Jones. Or no? Sounds good. Thank you, bro. Let's go, Dolesson. Hope you're having a great day, bro. I figured I'd just go live. So, yes. No, the first poll of the day, guys, is going to... Oh, obviously, we're going to break down UFC 314. We're going to break down the entire card from top to bottom. I figured we'd go over 314 because every time I break down a card early, you guys always help me. You guys always help me with UFC Mexico. You guys helped me break down that card early. We broke it down very good. Just look at the past live streams, guys. The past live streams that we've been doing, guys, like... Let's say we go back to the past live streams. We always break down the card the week before. Every time we break down the card, though. By the way, we have PFL too. I think I saw Larry in the Discord say that there's some good plays to mix in with UFC. Every single live that we have done, guys, has been a week before of the, event that we're going to be talking about. So in this case, it's going to be UFC 314, which was originally a 15 fight card, but now it's only 13, I believe. But every time we talk about a card the week before, it always helps me. It helps all of us. And I figured we're going to talk about UFC 314 and get a little bit of good insight. And Larry just announced that Joel Alvarez will be fighting Benoit Saint-Denis. It is official now. Is Benoit Saint-Denis going to go 0-3? Is this guy going to go 0-3? Let's look up his record. This guy, Benoit Saint-Denis. This guy, Benoit Saint-Denis, might be on that Steve Erceg route. This guy, Benoit Saint-Denis, might be done. He might be officially done. It's going to be... Dude. I think I might lock Joel Alvarez. Oh, well, technically he got a grappling. He got a decision-winning ADXC4 grappling over Mark Jacasey. But in my opinion, Mark Jacasey's not even in the UFC no more. But that's actually a very good thing. The fact that you beat the grappler. This guy got cut from the UFC from being so boring. So you beat the guy at his own game. This guy lost to Renato Moicano, Dustin Poirier. And by the way, dude, how bad is Renato Moicano for taking Drew Dober to a decision? Or am I wrong? Am I wrong for that? But how bad is Renato Moicano for that, bro? Because Renato Moicano went the distance with Drew Dober, bro. How bad is Renato Moicano? By the way, though, I think Joel Alvarez is going to knock him out. He might knock his ass out. Or maybe like a club and sub. But Dana has big news tonight. What do you think it is? What do you guys think it's going to be? I asked if it's going to be Jones. Majority of you guys are saying no, it's not going to be Jones. Somebody's saying don't play. Oh, is it April Fool's? Oh, fuck. Dude, I actually forgot. Bro, I actually forgot it was April Fool's. Fuck. Wait, bro, fuck. Bro, wait. Oh my gosh. Wait, there might not even be an announcement today. Dude. We just got fucking tricked, bro. Bro, I'm actually pissed, bro. Bro. I shouldn't even have felt for that. Which Dano? All right, so let me catch up to you guys. Pirates versus Nate Diaz, April Fools. I was about to say, dude, PRATES. That would have been fucking crazy. Dude, I fucking fell for that shit, bro. Bro, somebody said yesterday about the Raw Tang. There was like a tag team, a Raw Tang tag team. Dude, I fell for that too, bro. April Fool. Shout out to Juice, man. Shout out to all you guys. I'm glad you guys are all here. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. I figured we'd break down UFC 314 early look. But there's a lot of, things that we have to look into. So, PRATES is no longer on UFC 314, unfortunately. So there's not going to be no announcement. Bro, that was actually the main source of my, thing today, of my content. I was like, dude, there's going to be an announcement. Maybe I can make a video or something. Fuck. All right, well, that one is out of the books. But let's look at this. This is Carlos PRATES only cuts around 4 kg, which is converted to 9 pounds to make weight limit. But now he says he's bulking up to become stronger and walks around 90 kg.
You smoke cigarettes. Does that make the weight cut easier because you don't have as much of an appetite?
Bro, to be honest, no, because before my last fight with New Magni, I was
It's too zoomed in, my bad, guys.
my weighting off was like 81, 82, 83 kilos, you know? Like just 4 kilos to cut to go to my weight class. And after last fight, I talk with my nutritionist and then say, bro, let's go, let's get more little bit more stronger. And then that
So I think
time
he's
I was with 90 kilos, and then I cutting my weight, it will be 13 kilos. But I'm good, you know. I'm cutting my weight really good.
So he kind of has that like Peloton type build where he's like really skinny, really long, really tall. And imagine if he's bulking. Imagine if he bulks up. Imagine if he, like, somebody said PRATES at middleweight one day. His frame won't support 155 or 85. He's stuck at 170. Somebody's saying he's undersized. But imagine if he could add a little bit more muscle, how much harder this guy's gonna hit. Yo, yo, happy April Fools, Parlay. Shout out to Parlay, guys. This guy is one of the funniest motherfuckers in the game. Bro took the bait better than... Dude, no, I actually definitely took the bait. I took the one championship bait. I took the UFC bait. I took everybody's bait today, bro, because I forgot today was April Fool's, bro. And it's one of those days where it's like, dude, I forgot that this was even a holiday. This guy says smoking effects on body weight could lead to weight loss, increasing to metabolic rate, all that stuff. There's always a scientist in the chat. Always a scientist in the chat. So,
I know
with Carlos PRATES, I think he's very good. Imagine this guy bulks up, gets a little bit more muscle, gets more muscular. This guy's going to hit like crazy. 155 cut for him would almost kill him. Yeah, facts. Facts. It would kill him. But you guys think Colby Covington could make 155 or no? Because I've always said Colby go down to 155 and fight Dustin. Fight Dustin Poirier. Colby versus Dustin. Colby versus Dustin. But Parlay, hope you're having a great day. Larry, hope you're having a great day. Hobknocker, hope you're having a great day. Dolesson, hope you're having a great day. Juice Man, I hope you're having a great day. Let's go. Burt MMA got me 7 times. Who is Burt MMA? I heard he's really good. Damn. I might check this guy out. Shout out to Bird MMA. So, I don't think Colby can go, yeah, probably not, bro. But I would love to see Colby at 155, but he's probably done. Colby's done, out of the equation. Now let's talk about what's next for the welterweight division. Jack Della Maddalena, stoked about UFC to have put their trust in me to save the division. This will be done in round 1. In 1, no doubt. So we know Jack Della, his hand is like super skinny, bro. If you look at his forearm, like it looks so skinny compared to his other arm because he just broke it. He broke it pretty bad in the Gilbert Burns fight. I think that this is going to be one of those fights where, bro, he's banking on the finish. When I find this, bro, you better not be banking on just being able to finish Bilal, bro, because when was the last time Bilal got finished? I think JDM can, you got to at least try to win a decision. At least try to win 3 rounds out of 5. Because if you're going to try to go for the first round KO, bro, it's going to be done, bro. Bilal's going to shoot. All right, so we're going to end this poll. The news was fake. Catchweight would work. Facts, bro. We need a new division. Clown beats. W. By the way, that was actually a funny-ass show, bro. That was a funny-ass show. All right. So, we're going to be breaking down UFC 314, but I wanted to bring this in. Since we're talking about the welterweight division, pranking UFC champion Belal Muhammad. Nina drama. I know a lot of you guys like Nina. Let's go.
Belal Muhammad on his live.
Sog and Dawes fight card. What is that? Sog and D?
Bro, Bilal's actually kind of funny at times.
I don't even know what that is. Yeah. What is that? Sog and D?
Suck on these nuts, Belal.
Got him!
That was actually funny. I need to see. Bro, that Charles Oliveira account that you have, bro, I remember seeing that account before, bro. And you know what I said, bro? My bad if I'm too loud, but you know what I said, bro? I was like, who the fuck is this guy, bro? Who the fuck? Bro, like, he's actually fucking crazy. Bro, and then when I found out that that account was you, I was like, holy shit, bro. That actually makes so much sense, bro. But we're going to be breaking down UFC 314, of course. There's not that much news in the cycle. If there is some news that I missed out on, of course, let me know, guys. But, bro, I figured we'd break down this card. Look, Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull on the prelims. Cedric Dumas, Michael Olajaychik is back. Darren Elkins, Juliana Rosa, Suma Dadaji, Mitch Raposo, Jace Hooper, Jim Miller. I need an early look. I need you guys to help me make picks. I need the people's picks so that you guys can help me. You guys can help me make the right picks. Find a good lock of the week. By the way, lock of the week. We got to drop a lock of the week tomorrow. This is going to be a little bit of a sketchy card for me because you guys know I picked Cortavius, but with this card right here, this guy Chung Hon Lee might just knock him out. Or he might just win a decision. But I will say, I know we're all on that Brito page. We're all on the same side of Brito. I saw Matty Betts. Matty Betts said something. Shout out to Parlay. Parlay introduced me to Matty Betts. He said something that he's doing a 3-unit bet on Joe Anderson Brito money line. Brito, oh shit. So look. So I was thinking about that, right? Like, he's like a minus 230, you know? Like, he's good. You know, he got robbed against William Gomis. But I feel like it's too obvious. Like, I fucked up last week because I had Joe Pyfer. And then I was forced to lock David Martinez. So it's like, of course that guy's going to win, David Martinez. I want, like, more, like, value. And this is a little bit of a good spot where he has more value. By the way, I did not know that Joe Anderson Brito has a win over Diego Lopez. The fact that this guy has a win over Diego Lopez on Dana White Contender Series was crazy. Dude, that fight was actually pretty fun to watch. I will say, Kennedy lock of the week. Oh, bro, he better not be facing Obese Peru. Because if Kennedy's facing Obese Peru, he's done. I forgot till today Kennedy beat Olberg. I wish that never happened. But yeah, Larry, it's definitely an option. It's definitely an option to be there. I just feel like I don't want to make it too obvious of an option. Brito losing to Bill Algeo is the only shit thing about this card. Bro, I always get Bill Algeo and Julian Arosa mixed up like crazy. Especially at heavyweight, though, Lesson. Especially at heavyweight. I be using the account to talk reckless to Anakin. Bro, chill. Bro, everybody has been after him, but he's been actually pretty funny. He's been pretty funny lately. I'm just glad that we were all in the chat, bro. It was actually pretty funny. Brito is a locky. W. Kennedy lock of the week. Not a bad option. I forgot till today. Yeah, facts. When does he go? When does he give up? Oh, when does he give up? Who, Kennedy? Or I forgot what exactly I said. Yo, Welvin lived in the same street as me in North Long Beach. Damn. Welvin, who's Welvin? I completely forgot who Welvin is. Let me know, though. Let me know. So, with this fight right here, obviously, we already know what's going to happen. We got Dion Barbosa versus Diana Belbita. Davey Grant versus Daniel Santos. By the way, the Julia Palastri pick that I had... What's up, Pepino? I hope you're having a great day. The Julia Palastri pick that I had was so fucking bad, bro. It was so bad. I was like, bro, I should have just picked Lupita Godinez. I should have just picked Lupita Godinez, bro, because fuck. Fuck. Alright, so, with this card coming up, we got Robert Valentine versus Taurus Finney. This is what I was thinking. This is, you know, when I'm thinking of lock of the week. I don't know, though. I don't know. You guys know, Cody Steels type situation. We don't want a guy making his debut against, a hard test. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, so, dude, I don't like to bet on people making their UFC debut. But we know Taurus Finney's a 3 times Dana White Contender Series GOAT. Bro, no, Naughty's Gang, damn. I think that has to do with me. I think the no Naughties. Sorry, by the way, what's up, Hernanov? Hope you're having a great day. Pepino, I hope you're having a great day, bro. Hope you guys are all having a great day. When you aren't sure about the underdog plus 3.5, bro, facts, bro. I saw your spreads, bro. Dude, you were like a couple away, bro. And the spreads were hitting. Even on the guy who fought Ronaldo Rodriguez, Kevin Borjas. Even that spread was perfect. I think all debutants win. Fuck, bro. Look at this guy, Louis Garuli. By the way, I picked Nick Peccinini 5 months ago. I picked Nick Peccinini. I picked Nick Piccinini. I picked him. And, bro. Damn, bro. I remember this card, bro. I remember the entire Dana White Contender Series card. I remember the Dana White Contender Series card more better than, some fight nights. Nick Klein, Hernando Souza. This card was actually pretty good, in my opinion. Jonathan Miklaff. We know that this guy just recently won. Julieta Martinez. I remember, bro, I was like, bro, she has to get signed. Shout out to this girl. She will definitely be in the UFC very, very soon. Very, very soon. Let's go. She just had a lackluster decision. That's why she didn't win. That's why she didn't get the contract, I mean. But if you think all debutants win, that's a good play. I'm just scared of this guy. Louis Gorilla. You know Ode Osborne has that power. I'm just scared of that. This Davy Grant motherfucker, bro. I hate Davy Grant. I hate Davy Grant so much, bro. This guy's 14-7 and everything is like win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. Vanessa Demopoulos might lose. I might switch to Talita. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But now, it is time to break down UFC 314. We're going to be breaking down this entire card from top to bottom. I figured we break down the 13 fights. It used to have 15 fights, but now it has 13. So we're going to break down this entire card, which goes down 1 week after Saturday. I recommend you guys watch the Embedded series, the countdown on Sunday or Saturday, because this is going to be a good countdown. I know that they're already editing it right now. They're trying to put everything together, or if it's already together, the countdown is like a movie. Whenever it is there, it's like a movie. Oh, we have PFL. Thank you, Parlay, for reminding me. Let me pull that up real quick. By the way, I saved Pick'em's video to watch later. I saved it to watch later because I'm definitely going to watch that Pick'em. Shout out to Pick'em. He did a breakdown. Gorilla trains with Royval. Oh, and was able to stand up from Piccinini takedowns 10 times. Yeah, he kept on shooting and shooting. Nick is a better wrestler than Ode. That's a great point. That's a great point. Because we know Ode Osborne only has 5 wins in the UFC. I remember when Ode Osborne lost to Manel Cap. I was like, bro, Manel Cap, I don't know who this Manel Cap is, but I think Ode Osborne can win this fight. You know, he looks more technical. He's active. And then, boom, he gets hit and he gets knocked out. And I'm like, damn. After I saw Ode Osborne get knocked out by Manel Cap, I thought he was never going to win again. But he actually managed to get a couple of wins. That's actually very interesting that he trains with Royval, though. Because I'm going to use that. I'm actually going to use that in my next time I break it down. I'm going to mention that he trains with Royval. Because I didn't know that he trains with Royval. Let me look at his gym. By the way, Royval needs to come back, man. Bro, thank you for mentioning that, though. Let me check. Factory X Muay Thai, so I should have already known that. Alright, so. You know why Dudakova isn't the PFL roster? My bad, not Dudakova. Yes, Dakota. Yes. So that's like so me, whenever I see Dakota, I think of her as Manit Farad. I know they have, they're probably not the same. But every time I see Dakota in PFL, I think of her as Manit Farad. I always think of her as Manit Farad. I always think of her as Manny Farad, and I think that, like, I think she'll be a younger Manny Farad. I think she'll get the belt. She'll be in the UFC. She'll rise, unless the PFL keeps on paying her well. We know Taylor Lapilus went to the PFL. Let's hope that Dakota can get into the UFC. It's her choice, though. Let's effing go. Facts are not enough. By the way, bro, nice profile picture. Nice new profile picture, bro. I like this one. It's a lot better. Ode should have lost the Charles Johnson fight, in my opinion. You really think so? It went to split decision. It went to split decision. It was a close fight. All right, then. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it, then. Because, dude... Damn, this is actually funny, bro. Majority Tapology picked Johnson, and the 16% got it right. Bro, that's actually crazy. I'll take your word for it, then. I'll take your word for it. But I will say, guys, they were saying that with William Gomis. With William Gomis and Brito, they were saying, oh, you know, Brito was working him all 3 rounds. This and that. But I'm like, bro. I don't know about this fucking Brito guy, bro. This guy fucking reminds me of Diego Lopez. Like, I know he's good. He has power and all that, but... Fuck, bro. I don't like people that are, like, sloppy. Like, he's fucking good. He's over-aggressive and he's good, but fuck. She's not in the PFL roster, though? Oh, she's not? Damn. So, I don't know how many fights she has left. The lotion. Here comes Grimy. Here comes Grimy with the lotion. By the way, I gotta go to live chat. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Here comes Grimy with the lotion. I heard you did good on UFC Mexico City. So I'm glad that you did good, Grimy. Did you leave him, Bill? So I'm glad that you did good, Grimy, bro. That's actually good. What was it? The Marvin Vettori Roman Dolidze card? Woo! I got by just a hair, that card. The Marvin Vettori Dolidze card. Dude, I got by just a hair, that card. I'm glad you killed it, bro. I saw that, bro. I'm glad you killed it. Very well deserved. And shout out to Pick'em because I copied, I tailed him. I tailed him with the under 1.5. And then I tailed him with Brandon Moreno. So I was like, bro, this guy Pick'em always comes in clutch, bro. He always comes in clutch. So I want to break down this entire card for UFC 314. I figured we'd talk about the early picks, our early leans, early, you know, plays, early props. We got Nora Cornell versus Haley Colwyn. And if you know, we broke down this card around 2 weeks ago. Trayshawn Gore, Marco Tulio, Dan Ige, Sean Woodson, Yair Rodriguez, Patricio Pitbull, Cedric Dumas, Michael Olajaychik, Darren Elkins, Juliana Rosa, Samadaji, Mitch Raporso. By the way, guys, I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Chase Hooper, James Miller, Verna Jandaroba, Yan Shannon, Bryce Mitchell, Gene Silva, Nikatai Krylov, Dominic Reyes, Michael Chandler, Patty Pimblett, Alexander Volkanovski, Diego Lopez. And if you guys know, guys, we just need Lock of the Week just to hit. We just need Lock of the Week just to hit this week. If Lock of the Week can hit this week, it's wraps. Because I have a good Lock of the Week for this card right here. Yeah, he did, right? Bro, I saved Grimy. I saved his video to watch later. I'm going to watch Pick'em's PFL breakdown right after. I'm going to watch it right after I go live. Right after I finish this because I know PFL has some good fights. Killed it. Taking Osborne. Pepino. Is it because of the power? Because I can definitely see that. I can see this being a little, you know, crazy. And I can see this guy Gorelli being a parlay buster. So let me know why. Pick'em just posted his picks for PFL. Facts. Mexico card was a blessing from God. 2 6 legs and 2 5 legs. Damn. Long shot. Larry. What do you think about Finney fight? So, bro, I know this is going to sound so... Alright, I'm going to say it. Finney's going to be in my 6 best bets and he's going to be in the video tomorrow. And I know... Shout out to Larry, by the way. He said all debutants win. He thinks all debutants win. He's undefeated. So that's the factor where it's like, oh, you know, this guy's undefeated. This guy, Robert Valentin, got worked by Ryan Loader. I can see a situation where it's like Raul Rosas Jr. fight, where Robert Valentin has a deep submission, where it's like a little bit of a nail-biter fight, and then Torres Finney maybe wins a lackluster decision. But, dude, I think Robert Valentini's going to just try to knock out Torres Finney. But I'm going to go Torres Finney. And I think, what do you guys think about this? Maybe with this fight, like, I know it's going to sound crazy, but maybe the over 2.5. Maybe the over 2.5. Because if we saw the Reiner de Ridder fight, when he fought Reiner de Ridder, I had that this fight not to go the distance against RDR. And this guy got dropped by Gerald Mearshard. He's going back and forth. And then until round 3, he got the finish. So I know the over 2.5 won't hit if he gets a submission. But I'm just saying that just in case Brad Tavares wins by decision. Yo, what's good, Vinny? I hope you're having a great day. Let's go. JDM knocked out Basil Havis in round 1. And he'll do it to the UFC champ. He actually got fucked up that fight, actually. I know a lot of people give him slack. A lot of people are like, oh, JDM went to split decision with Basil Hafiz. But that was on like 3 days' notice. Crazy switch up. He did look off. Even in the Kevin Holland fight, he went to split decision with Kevin Holland. So we don't know about JDM, but if he's banking on that first round KO, I think that he's fucked. If he's banking on a KO, dude, you got to try to win at least 3 rounds. At least, because you know Bilal's going to be banking on holding. I bet on Bilal / Moreno parlay. Bilal will lose. Because, no. Dude, I saw that. I saw you put that in Frankie's chat. That shit's hitting. That shit is hitting. And the fact that you did that early, I know you got some good juice and value on that. So shout out to Grimy, Brandon Moreno, and Bilal parlay 2-piece. I think it's hitting. Mostly because I think the odds are off. All right, that's a great point. That's actually a very good point because we know that sometimes the odds are fluctuated just to, trick everybody. If Bilal loses, it's because of air and... Bro, what the fuck? W Vinny the Guinea, bro. W Vinny. I'm happy you're here, bro, and I hope you're having a great day. Let's go. If Nina Drama does the JDM interview, facts, bro. Bro, JDM is our last hope. I heard something that if Dana White said, he said if Bilal Muhammad pulls out one more time, he said that he's going to strip Bilal Muhammad from the belt. I couldn't agree more. No, I'm just kidding. But we know that, so I said that to Orange Cat. I said, Dana White says that he's going to strip Bilal if he pulls out again. And Orange Cat was like, what the fuck? Why is John Jones why is he still there? Like, that makes no sense to strip Bilal. And that's a great point. Bilal shouldn't be stripped even if he pulls out. If Nina Drama does the facts, bro, facts. Nina Drama is like a bad juju. She's bad juju. She's a curse. The Drake curse. W's in the chat. By the way, Drake dropped a song, a music video, Nokia. And it's like, who's calling that shit? That song is actually pretty fire. If you can't KO Holland's frail syndrome, then Bilal, yeah. Yeah, it is going to be a very competitive fight. It's going to be close. But I can definitely see Bilal, holding him against the fence, stalling this out. You saw how Gilbert Burns controlled JDM on the ground for a little bit. I hope JDM is working on those rolls. Because he's going to have to roll out like O'Malley did with Peter Yan. Thanks, homie. The best breakdowns in the game. Thank you, bro. But I'm trying to get a little bit better. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to make these calls. Word, I heard that too. But I just can't bet on Finney. Facts. I can see that, Pepino. I can see that. You're very smart. You're very smart with your plays. So I can definitely see why you can't put all your marbles into the Finney basket. Why does Eric Nixick say I only train champions, then proceeds to train with Tavares, Chris Curtis, 2 mid-ass fighters? Bro, are Eric Nixick and Sean Strickland still good? Are they still good? Like, are they still chill? Because, I don't know. Like, I hope they're still chill. Eric Nixick, did he coach Francis Ngannou? Against Cyril Gane? Because I think, Eric Nixick is... Okay, so Faris Sahab is really good, right? I saw this thing. Let me try to see if I can pull it up. Where it was like, this corner is overpowered. They said that this corner is overpowered. And Faris Zahabi was in the corner. Let me try to see if I can... I hope I bookmarked it. I know I probably bookmarked it. Let me try to see. They were saying Faris Zahabi. It was the GSP corner. It was this one right here. I knew I had it. How did I know I had it? All right, so look. So by the way, thank you for talking about that, Larry. It says this is not a great corner, and it's Ilya Taporia, Alexandre Taporia, Hamza Shamaev, and then it says this is a great corner, and I believe it's Faraz Sahabi, fucking what the fuck is his name? The other guy, it's Faraz Sahabi and Greg Jackson in the same corner is insane, and I thought that was actually pretty crazy. Yo, what's up, Juice? What's up, Grimy? Let's go. I love alcohol. Bro. That's actually pretty crazy because, sometimes, like, for me, like, it's too strong. Grimy, what up? Let's go. Yo, Robert Gerardo. Hope you're having a great day, bro. I hope you're having a great day, Rob G. Hope you're having a great day. W profile pick. Let's go. I'm going Valentine, but it's definitely 50-50. Hell yeah. Juice Man, I hate men who damage the gift of life. It's salvagery. Damn. He's cooking. Yeah, Nick Sick trains in Ganu. Dude, or maybe it's not, but when Eric Nixick has this guy, when he has a good guy, I don't know if he comes up with the game plan, but dude, he sometimes cooks, but not with terrible people. But I see what you're saying, how he doesn't always train champions. That dude from Cameroon last week looked pretty solid against the Facts, and he's going like this. Why, bro? Why is Jose Medina going like this, bro? Like, why? Like, that makes no sense. I respect that, Vinny. He's cooking. Facts. Connor doesn't matter too much. Look at Guram. Corner. Yeah, facts, bro. This is a great post, bro. This is a great post because whoever posted this, like, so I think that the corner matters a lot. I wish you could see the corner before the fight, like before they go into the fight. Because, dude, I don't know, bro. Like, that was a crazy corner, bro. How do you lose with these guys in your corner? But, you know, they're not helping him. You know, he's not being able to do anything. Dude, I had the over 1.5 too, bro. I had the over 1.5 that Jose Medina fight too. The reason why I had it was because I had Ataba by KO. So I put Ataba by KO and then the over 1.5, but fuck. That shit crash and burn. Muslims win 99% of the fights. Why nobody talking about that? Well, because we don't know, you know. Maybe, you know, we got to do a little bit more research. Maybe 5 years, 10 years down the line. Then we can say, you know, okay, these guys dominated the sport. We're firemen, Teddy Atlas. Teddy Atlas. That guy breaks down, he knows how to break down a boxing fight. So, enough yip yap. Let's get into the breakdown. We're going to be breaking down UFC 314, this entire card. I need the people's pick. I need all your guys' votes. Everybody vote. If you don't know the other fighter or you're a little bit sketchy, just go with your gut. Flip a quarter on it. We need the people's pick. If you guys know, we broke down this card 2 weeks ago. I believe it was 2 weeks ago. So, Nora Cornell versus Haley Colwyn. And then as we get up the card, obviously we could always talk about everything. But as we get up the card, excuse me. As we get up the card, guys, we will talk more and more better in detail of these fights, but we could always talk about everything. LOL Prince, hindsight 2020. Facts. I baited. Yo! No Chill, bro. Let's go, bro. By the way, guys, shout out to No Chill, bro. This guy had an amazing rise in stream, bro. I fell asleep, but dude, I rewatched the main event. It was actually pretty. I rewatched the last 3 fights. And dude, it was actually very interesting. Very, very interesting. I saw that if you miss weight, they take a point the day of. So dude, Ryzen is amazing. And I know Hurugachi is going to the UFC now. Hey bro, I'm sending my friend your channel. He's coming by. Let's go, bro. Hope you're having a great day, bro. I hope you're having a great day. One of the funniest guys on MMA YouTube. Do you think JDM can evade clinches, takedowns better than Leon? I think Leon's way better at that, and he's still going to be below. So I think, bro, JDM is better in the pocket. I think he's way better in the pocket. And, bro, I think JDM is going to land some uppercuts, land some body shots, and then he's going to get held against the fence. Maybe he gets taken down. But the thing is, when he gets taken down, he doesn't settle. He doesn't settle, which is what I like. I like that he doesn't settle for it. He doesn't settle. Maybe he'll try to, he'll be on his back, but he's not like a Leon Edwards where he closes his eyes and he's like, oh, I can't wait for this fight to be over. You know, that's what I like about GDM, like his grit. You know, he's like, I don't want to fucking, I'm not taking no for an answer. Very good question, bro. I think that's going to be a banger fight, by the way. You called Ankalaev versus Poetan. You might be able to call this one correct. Rosas not winning every round cost me 12 leg. Dude, that's too hard to do, though, Parlay. Like, dude, imagine to win every round. Like, how many people win by 30-27 a week? Dude, I think that like, what is that spread? That spread is plus 5.5, or what would that spread be? Negative. I don't know what the spread would be because of the math. But dude, to win 30-27 on all judges' scorecards is way too hard in my opinion. But he should have. He should have won that fight 30-27. But the submission attempts make it close. No chill. I saw the other clown debate. Dude, that was actually fucking funny, bro. Dude, I love this MMA community, bro. The community of MMA has been funny. No chill, goated facts. No chill, did you hide my on the channel or was it him? I don't know. But dude, it was funny, bro. When they all get on the panel, I love it. I'm No Chill's friend. What's up? What's good, bro? I hope you're having a great day, bro. No Chill's Ryzen stream was goated. Yeah, dude. He got me to watch my first ever Ryzen card. So I've been watching Ryzen ever since. That No Chill card, that No Chill's burner, yeah. Oh shit. Is it really? My child didn't get burned. That was my ex child, not mine. So I don't know what's going on with that. But we're all here because we like MMA. Or did you time? Maybe it was a timeout. Maybe it was like a timeout or something. Minus 3.5. Dude, minus 3.5 is too hard to hit. Okay, so let's say this card. Let's say we're looking for a minus 3.5 for a guy who's gonna win 30-27 on all judges' scorecards. What? Maybe Chase Hooper if he doesn't get the submission. I think that a 30-27 is way too hard to predict. A minus 3.5 is crazy. But let's break down this fight. Nora Cornhole versus Haley Cowan. We know majority Tapology is going to go Cornhole. We know Cornhole just recently lost to Jacqueline Cavalcanti by split decision. But we know that loss has aged very well because Jacqueline Cavalcanti since then is on an absolute tear. We know Jacqueline Cavalcanti just recently beat, I can't remember off the top of my head, Julia Alva by decision. Nora Cornhole, of course. Jose Nunez, Zarif Farim, and Melissa Croden. She comes from LFA. Cavalcanti's a beast. We know Haley Cowan might be here just because, you know, just to fill in the blanks. I will say with Haley Cowan, guys, she has 2 submission losses. 1 in the first round, 1 in the second round. She has 1 decision loss. She has never been TKO'd. But when we look at Nora Cornhole, what is her bread and butter? Her TKOs. 3 TKOs in the first round, 3 TKOs in the second round, 1 sub in the first round, 1 decision win. So, if I'm, going on this fight, what if I say Nora Cornhole by finish? What if we go Nora Cornhole by KO or on points? For the double chance. I expect her to be a minus 250, maybe minus 500. I heard it's Kopylov versus Paulo Costa, right? Anyone, minus 3.5. By the way, thank you, Parlay, for explaining that. Anyone see that Kopylov versus Costa fight? It's in the works. Is it true? Is that actually true? Because I heard about it. I heard about that fight. By the way, guys, you guys know I had a Kopylov by decision. And this guy gets the fucking KO in 1 second left. Shout out to Mark Smith. One of the fucking worst fucking referees in the game. Mark Smith. I'm just saying that because it crashed. But I had Kopylov by decision. He gets the TKO with 3 minutes and 59 seconds, bro. That has never happened to me ever. So every time like there's a fight that's going the distance, I'm like, no Kopylov. Please no Kopylov. Please no Kopylov. I got Roman Kopylov by KO. I think he's going to knock his ass out. What he did to Chris Curtis, it was 1-1 going to the third round. I think that he can absolutely end Paulo Costa. Can Kopylov stop him? I got Kopylov by KO. After what he did to Chris Curtis, dude, Chris Curtis was doing the chicken dance and then he looks up and I'm like, what the fuck? Sometimes I snack on my own. W. Costa erased his career. Facts. Is that the... Yo, GOOOOO. What's good, bro? I believe it should have a check or... I don't know, but dude, what's good, bro? Shout out to GOOOOO, the fucking GOAT. He fucking paved the fucking way. It's April Fool's though, so I know. UFC 314 is insane still, minus the PRATES versus Neo Facts. Did Dana go live? Dude, that was cap. That was fucking cap. I got tricked with the April Fools. But let's get this show on the road. I'm gonna go Nora Cornhill by KO or on points. I figured 8-2-0. Let's go. Majority tap ball is going by decision. I think she can finish this girl. We know that this girl has gotten finished by submission choke. She's never been TKO'd though. Let's get Nora Cornhill the TKO win. I'm gonna go by late third round TKO. Let me know who you guys got. Seems like majority of you guys are going Nora Cornhill. Now we're gonna end this poll and we're gonna go into the next fight. Tresean Gore versus Marco Tulio. We know Marco Tulio is very good. In fact, he's dating Norma Dumont. I believe Parlay Princess dropped a video of top baddies in the UFC. And I believe, I'm taking a guess, I have that video for my watch later, Norma Dumont should be in there. I hope Norma Dumont is in there. I know he did a poll of who's better looking, Norma Dumont or Mackenzie Dern. You guys know I had to vote Norma Dumont. Is that... I could probably check. Dude, if that's actually fucking GOOOOO, bro, I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna fucking shit my fucking pants like fucking Lupita Godinez. I know he's live right now, though. Sorry. I know he's actually fucking live right now, fucking reading donos. That guy's a fucking goat. Dumont, my baby. Facts. I remember when we were talking about Pick'em, Grimy, all of us were in the chat. We were all like, Dumont. Look at the chat, bro. Did Dana go live? Sorry, bro. Sorry, Rob G. Sorry. Stay live. I'll raid GOOOOO. Pave the way. Dude, so do you guys remember the first MMA Guru video you guys watched? The first MMA Guru video I've ever watched was when he had beef with Dan Hardy. He had beef with Dan Hardy, and Mark Goddard and Dan Hardy were talking shit about MMA Guru. And I believe they said, oh, this guy is some loser, he doesn't know what he's doing. And then Guru came back and he cooked Mark Goddard and Dan Hardy. And he cooked them with a video, and then I was like, damn, I gotta subscribe to this guy. He's cooking. What's good, Volk? What's good, my guy? I'm glad you're here. Hope you're having a great day. Right now, we're looking an early look at UFC 314. We're just on the Tresean Gore versus Marco Tulio fight. And I can see that the people's pick is split. It's 50-50. 50-50. My bad. I'm going to try to keep it right here. April Fools, you got me, bro. You fucking got me. You fucking got me. I got April Fools today more than 10 times. I got April Fools today more than 10 times. I'm not even joking, bro. Dude, I'm not even joking how many times I got April Fools today. This is actually the worst holiday ever. With this fight right here, guys, I am going to go Marco Tulio. Majority of people are going Marco Tulio by KO, but dude, I like Tresean Gore. I can't imagine Tresean Gore to have a record of 5-3. Stop feeding Tresean Gore to the wolves. We already fed him to Antonio Tricoli. We know he needed to win that fight because Tricoli, I don't know what's going on with Tricoli, but a lot of people hate him. But dude, stop feeding Tresean Gore to wolves. I believe this guy fought Brian Battle, like his UFC debut, on the Volkanovski versus Brian Ortega Ultimate Fighter. Correct me if I'm wrong. Grimy. Bro, I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. So I'm gonna go Marco Tulio by KO or on points. When we look at Marco Tulio's first loss, though, his only loss is by KO in the second round. We know Tresean Gore has power, bro. And if you're getting, I believe that was a little pop shot to Alexander Silva. But I believe his chin is way better since then. He's filled out for the division. I'm going to go Marco Tulio for the win. I'm going to go by KO or on points. Let me know what you guys got. Let me catch up. What's up? I hope you're having a great day, Volcom. It's cool. I'll keep it right here. And I'll keep it big. So that way, pause. So that way you guys can see yourselves. Are you... I feel like a beef Wellington. By the way, I never tried a beef Wellington ever. I've never had a beef Wellington. Facts, no chill. Facts. No chill. Definitely. No chill. The first time I found out about no chill, before Gilly. So No Chill introduced me to everybody. He introduced me to the whole other side. Like the Rising card, having the panel, Good Noodle MMA, Hank the Tank. I found about everybody through No Chill and the community. And No Chill has a very good Discord, by the way. Gore by KO, very good. That's a very good position. We know he got a submission in his most recent fight. If Gore can knock out Marco Tullio, bro, somebody's going to get knocked out that fight. Now, we're already in the third fight of the night. But definitely, No Chill. Definitely. We can definitely. Dude, I know you got a lot of videos to do. I remember somebody said a video of why Hank is the worst YouTuber or something. And then once somebody said, like, your top best music. Those are the ones that I'm looking forward to. The music one, like or artist, I think. Your top favorite artist. And the other one. That was actually funny. Let's go. Start poll. Who wins this fight? Gore by KO, facts. Tullio with it. Gore by KO. Nice with it. Yeah, he is pretty good. And I like how he trains with Norman Dumont. Like iron sharpens iron. Bro, Injekachu by KO. TKO. Brito by KO. What do you think? I like it. We were talking about this. Earlier. You know what? I'm actually going to write that down. Right now. But bro, I really like that. The reason why I like that is because we know that Brito is heavily favored against Pat Sabatini. Pat Sabatini's 2 losses are by TKO. I believe he lost to Diego Lopez as well. I think Brito can get the finish. I hope it doesn't touch the 3rd round. I hope that fight doesn't touch the 3rd round. But I know Kennedy Injekachu can definitely get the KO. Volkan, I parlayed Brito, Murphy, Kennedy. You guys heard the 3-leg. Grimy just gave all of us a 3-leg parlay. Brito, Kennedy, Murphy. Let's go. Woodson for sure. So with this fight right here, I'm very interested in what you guys are thinking. We know Dan Ige just recently dropped Lerone Murphy so bad, but he just wasn't able to finish him. He definitely won that 1st round, though. And against Diego Lopez, he won the 3rd round. So maybe shout out to Parlay Princes. This is where the plus 3.5 can come in clutch. Dan Ige plus 3.5. I know Sean Woodson is going to be the favorite. He's going to be like a minus 200, minus 250. I don't know exactly what the odds are right now. Majority Tapology is going Dan Ige by KO on points. I'm on the Pepino side. Pepino's going Woodson. I'm thinking Woodson too, guys, because when we look at Sean Woodson, obviously he had that draw to Luis Saldana, but he got put on skates in that fight, and then he wins the 2nd and 3rd fight. His win over Fernando Padilla was amazing with 4 minutes and 58 seconds. I had Woodson by decision, and this guy knocks him out. I was like, dude, how does that happen? He beat Charles Jourdain, beat Alex Caceres. We know Alex Caceres knocked out Julian Arosa, I believe, most recently. Where is Alex Caceres? Where has this guy been? He hasn't fought since 2024 of May. It's going to be a year since we've seen Alex Caceres fight. I will say, guys, the pick for me is going to go Woodson. I'm going to have to go Woodson. I like what Pepino's saying right here. Woodson for sure. The thing is, though, I got to go double chance. I can't go Woodson by decision like last time. I have to go Woodson by KO or on points. We know that this guy has very deceptive power. We saw that in the Padilla fight. I don't know if it was because Padilla cut too much weight, or I don't know what was going on, but with this fight right here, guys, I have to go Woodson by KO or on points. I can't make that risk again where I take Woodson by decision. Let's take the plus 3.5 for Dan Ige. I think he could definitely win the 1st round, and I'm going to go Sean Woodson to win the 2nd and 3rd. I'm assuming the majority of people's 100% is going Sean Woodson. But look at this. Majority Tapology is going Dan Ige for the win. Whenever I see stuff like this, it always throws me off a little bit. Because who do we trust more? Do we trust Tapology? Or do we trust, the bookies? I'm going to have to say I got to trust Tapology a little bit more. But I'm going to go Sean Woodson, the sniper, to win this fight 29-28. On all judges' scorecards after losing the 1st round. Now, I know you guys are going to like this one. Patricio, or maybe you guys don't. Maybe you guys hate this one. Do you guys like where this card is positioned? Is the bout order going to change? Because I expect the bout order to not change. I expect it to look exactly like this. I heard, though, that this card was going to be on the main... This fight was going to be on the main card. But the fact that this fight is not on the main card is a little bit, you know, concerning. Let's go, brothers. Let's go, Volkan. Let's go. By the way, when Volkan called Nazareth Hakparas over my lock of the week, Esteban Ribovics in the Discord, it was Friday night, I think. Or maybe it was a little bit earlier. He was like, I think Nazareth Hakparas can get it done. I was like, fuck. Fuck. He fucking did it, bro. Nazareth Hakparas is gonna win. And he fucking won, bro. Shout out to Volkan for that call. Volkan is an absolute crazy menace when it comes to making these picks. This guy is the calling king. He can call out anything from a mile away. I got Iggy. You got Dan Hige there. I like Woodson even to beat him and fade him. By the way, I skipped some comments. Jokes aside, will you adopt me? Pep agree after the loss to OSP. Facts. I kind of still don't believe in Kennedy. Facts, Pepino. And I agree with Grimy. After that Oven St. Peru, that was crazy. I got Dan Hige here. I like Woodson. Even to bet him, gonna fade him. Damn. So shout out to Hernanov. He's very high on Dan Hige. I like the plus 3.5 for Dan Hige. Don't trust Tapology. Wait, don't trust Tapology guys like Ron Wobbin making his picks. Woodson minus 122. Thank you. Shout out to Pepino. Plus 102. Damn. I'm going to go Woodson moneyline. That's actually some good odds. Pitbull by TKO. Easy. PRATES versus Gary announced. Dude, is that actually true? Is that actually true, bro? If I fall for another April Fool's thing again, I'm done. If I fall for another April Fool's thing, I'm done, bro. By the way, dawg, holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. Dawg wasn't fucking lying. Yo. Holy fucking shit. Yo, dawg needs a fucking trophy for that shit. Holy shit. Bro. Holy fucking... You just sent it? Thank you, Hernanov. I don't want to leak the DMs. My bad, bro. I actually just fucking leaked them right now. Fuck. Let me see it right now. Let me see the DMs. I just fucking leaked my DMs. Yo, holy shit. How do I react to this? Hernanov, dawg. Holy shit. Marab versus Dvalishvili. Bro, did I miss the live stream? Did I miss the fucking Dana White live stream? Bro, I just fucking leaked my DMs. Holy shit. Useless on vodka right now, chat. Facts. Bro, my bad for ear raping. Facts. Holy fucking shit. Holy shit. Is that on the same card? Wait, bro, I just exited the thing that I just saw. Wait, so it wasn't fucking April Fool's. What the fuck? Wait, so what card is this? Kansas City? It's the main event? Holy shit. And O'Malley versus, Hold up, we got a breaking intermission. Shout out to Thal, shout out to Hernanov, shout out to the chat. We got a breaking intermission right now. Holy shit. UFC 316, Marab versus Sugar 2. Bro, who the fuck has Sugar fought? I don't think Sugar has fought since the fucking... Yo, he got a title shot, immediate title shot. Yo, he got an immediate title shot. Pena versus Kayla Harrison, 316. Holy shit. We gotta do polls right now. We gotta do polls right now. I'm probably gonna drop something this week. Holy fucking shit. Alright, so so majority of you guys are gonna go Yair Rodriguez. Harrison getting the title shot. Let's go, Harrison. So, guys, I am going to go Sugar Sean O'Malley. I'm going Sugar. I'm going Sugar to beat Marab. I'm going body shot TKO. Body shot TKO. Sugar Sean is back. He's back, and he's the two-time division bantamweight champion again. Let me know who you guys got. Bantamweight champion, the bantamweight GOAT. I thought it was Aljamain Sterling, but it's actually Sugar Sean. Holy shit, Sugar Sean is going to get the belt again. That was Dana White's big announcement. I pray he is not fooling us. It seems like a very... Dude, I think this is for real. I think this is for real. I think this is fucking for real. This guy got fucked over. This guy got fucked over bad. They want Sean to be champ again so bad. Fuck, bro. I got Kayla Harrison as well. All right, so let's look at UFC Kansas City. Let's look at it really quick. Let's look at UFC Kansas City really quick. I just want to see the Prates versus Gary because we're going to do a quick poll for that too. Holy shit, bro. Yo, shout out to the chat, bro. You guys are on it, bro. I missed the whole Dana White fight. I missed the whole Dana White announcement. So is this the card that there's a 5-round event on? Let me see. So UFC Kansas City will headline. But what about this? Is this going to be the co-main event? Is Khalil Rountree going to be the co-main event? How? What's good, bro? Hope you're having a great day, Watch. By the way, there's so many guys, like, promoters, which are actually very funny. Let me catch up. Nice. I just saw it on X. Thank you, Hernanov. Thank you, Hernanov. Maybe it's April Fool's? I don't think so. I called it earlier. Grimy fucking called it. He called it. Aldo, Sheen versus Marab. Marab. Lovely, that's a great fight. Hart says Sugar. Wallace says Marab. Damn it. Well, shout out to Parlay. Parlay's going to come in clutch right now. We're going to look at some spreads. Maybe a plus 3.5, or what would it be? Plus 5.5? Maybe a plus 5.5. I think O'Malley can win at least 2 rounds again. Oh, so this fight is off? By the way, we broke down this entire card last week. Guys, I got Ian Gary. So that means Ruben Carter was right. So Ruben Carter was not lying. Yo, shout out to Ruben Carter, bro. Bro, shout out to Ruben Carter, bro, because he's the one who... This guy, Ruben Carter, is the guy who announced it first. I heard it from him first. I don't know where his thing is at, but... You guys know who Ruben Carter is, the guy who does UFC. But he called it. Let's go. Let's go. Get your votes in, get your votes in, get your votes in, get your votes in. I got Sugar Sean. I got Sugar all day. Body shot TKO. Let's go. Holy shit, that's going to be crazy. That's going to be crazy. Dude, let's actually just break it down right now. Let's break down Prates versus I'm going to do a poll. Majority of you guys are on Sugar, are on Marab. Let's just do a poll for Ian Gary versus Carlos Prates. Diego Lopez. Okay, Hobknocker. There's a little bit of an intermission. Breaking. All right. Who wins this fight right here? Let me know who you guys got. Guys, it's going to be an absolute banger main event. Not only is it going to be a banger main event, guys, but I think this main event is way better than Jamal Hill versus Khalil Rountree. We were supposed to get Jamal Hill versus Khalil Rountree as the main event. I believe Thal is the one that's telling me that Jamal Hill might be injured. I'm hoping it's not an ACL tear because this guy's had the worst luck with injuries. And I hope maybe Jamal Hill can maybe get a better stylistic matchup. Maybe this one falls through. But what I would love is if we can have Ian Gary versus Carlos Prates as the main event and the co-main event to be 5 rounds, Jamal Hill versus Khalil Rountree. But unfortunately, I think that's not the case. I think we're only going to get 1 5-round main event. And it is going to be Carlos Prates versus Ian Machado Gary. Number 7 in the UFC welterweight division is going to now be facing off against Carlos Prates, number 13. Not only is this going to be a massive fight, but this fight, these guys could be on the... Whoever wins this fight is on the road to a title shot. We know Ian Gary just lost to Shavkat Rakhmonov. He could be on the verge of losing 2 in a row. We know Carlos Prates has all the momentum. When I look at the welterweight division, Carlos Prates number 13 facing number 7. For some reason, when I look at this fight, I feel like Ian Gary is going to shoot. He's going to shoot. Just like the MVP fight. He's going to try to take Carlos Prates back. We know that this is going to be his first real test where Carlos Prates is going to have to use that takedown defense. He's going to need to keep his back off the fence. Watch out for the back takes from Ian Gary. And I expect Prates to be a lot bigger. I don't know how tall. Let's look up how tall Carlos Prates is. Let's look it up. Tapology. We're going to look up who's taller. Prates, right? I think Prates is taller. And we just found out that Prates doesn't cut that much weight. How tall is he? How do we know how tall he is? We have to... let's say we look at this. 6'1", 78-inch reach. Fuck. Oh, Gary's taller. Gary's taller. He's 6'3". 6'3". Fuck. He's 6'3" with a 74-inch reach. So he has the same reach as Conor McGregor. He has the exact same reach as Conor McGregor. Carlos Prates is gonna have a fucking like an 4-inch reach advantage. I forgot. It's a 78, right? So he should have a 4-inch reach advantage. He should be like 2 inches shorter. But dude, that reach advantage is gonna come in clutch for Carlos Prates. 78-inch reach, so he has like a 3.5 reach advantage over him. I will say, guys, I'm very interested in seeing what are you guys saying? I see already Grimy. He's saying the reach is what matters. Lovely, that's a great fight. Sean by KO. Rumors that Jamal was injured. Thank you, Diego Lopez. Easy money, folks. Oh, Hobknocker, did you change your name? Crypto Jedi, let's go. Marab, easy win. By the way, if you didn't change your name, I hope you're having a great day, Crypto Jedi. I love Sugar, but sorry, but I just can't see him beating Marab. Yeah, he probably doesn't. But for the, for everybody, for the hype, for the pay-per-view, I'm going Sean. Prates beats the... Oh, shit. The reach is what matters. Holy shit. Guys, I'm going Ian Gary, guys. I'm going Ian Gary. Dude, what is wrong with Prates' management? Or am I tripping? Am I tripping? Prates can win this fight. Dude. Who's the hardest wrestler Prates has ever faced that's a better wrestler than... Prates has a win over Charles Oliveira? Oh, this is a different Charles Oliveira. Dude, I thought... Bro, I thought this was actually Charles Oliveira. I thought this was the Charles Oliveira that beat Dustin Poirier. Dude, who's the best wrestler that Prates has fought? When he lost to Rafael Nunes, Calvacanti, Claudio Freitas by sub. Damn, he's been submitted. He lost by TKO. He's lost by sub, decision, TKO, decision. So he's lost a decision by twice, but he has been finished by submission 3 times in the first round. Why don't we go Ian Gary by submission? Or is that a little bit of a Hail Mary because Ian Gary's not a wrestler. He's not going to take this fight to the ground. Prates has better takedown defense. Prates is longer. He's going to be trying to find his range. If Prates lands on Ian Gary's chin, Ian Gary might go out. Do you guys remember when Ian Gary got dropped? He got dropped by somebody. Who's the Kanan Song? He got dropped by Kanan Song. You know, he gets a little bit bloody. If this fight is standing up, I think that this fight is in favor for Prates. We can do a +3.5 for Prates. Yo, what's good, Better MMA? What's good? Let me read up the chat. Prates beats the reach is what matters. I agree, Grammy. I think the reach is going to play a significant factor. I'd rather have longer reach than height. Gary will win. Ian by... Damn. I can see him taking the back. No Diddy. Wait. Ian fighting? Popcorn fight. Facts. Dolescent. Breaking news. Shout out to Thal Hernan the entire chat. Ian Gary is going to be fighting Carlos Prates at UFC Kansas City. It's going to be an absolute banger main event. Number 13 in the world versus number 7. Dana White just announced it April 26th. It is less than a month away. Right now, it's April. It's April 1st. I thought this was April Fool's. I thought I was dreaming when I saw this fight. But it's real. This is going to be a banger fight. And we know that Sean O'Malley is also fighting. Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. Pena versus Harrison. We got a battle of the baddies right here. I cannot wait to see who wins this fight. This is going to be a war. Out of all the announcements, this is my most anticipated fight. It's going to be a back and forth war. Juliana Pena, the GOAT. She beat Amanda Nunes. Pena versus Harrison is going to be a banger. The long-awaited title shot. Imagine a world where Kayla Harrison and Mana Farad are both champions. Imagine a world. Imagine that world. My most anticipated fight in the entire announcement. Kayla Harrison versus Juliana Pena. I cannot wait for this fight. It's going to be a banger fight. May the best girl win. It's going to be a war. I expect a bloody war. It's 2-2 going into the 5th. We know that Juliana Pena just went to war with Raquel Pennington. That was a banger fight. It's going to be like a Lasmin Lucindo versus Amanda Lemos fight. I can't fucking wait. But in all seriousness, guys, we got some banger fight announcements. Prates versus Gary is for real, Juice Man. It is for real. It is for real. Get your popcorn. Get your popcorn. Get your popcorn. We're actually breaking it down right now. So, Ian Gary, 27 years old, 171, 6'3", 74-inch reach, 74.5 if you want to be technical, versus Carlos Prates, who has, let me make sure, 31 years old, welterweight division, 6'1", 78-inch reach. He is going to have a massive reach advantage. In fact, it's basically a 4-inch reach advantage over Ian Gary. Ian Gary's taller by 2 inches. But I will say with this fight right here, guys, I got to go Ian Gary. I think Ian Gary is probably going to lose the first round. I wouldn't be surprised if Ian Gary even gets dropped. Imagine Carlos Prates lands a nice 1-2. Carlos Prates has those good knees to the body. He just finished Charles Radke. I believe he just finished Charles Radke with that beautiful knee to the body 9 months ago. He's been very active. He just beat Jung Young Lee, who we know that guy has never been TKO'd prior to that. He beat Neil Magny by TKO in a weird TKO, but it was crazy. That was actually a KO. And we know that this guy was scheduled to fight Randy Brown. He was scheduled to fight Jeff Neal. But now he has an insanely new matchup in this fight right here. I'm going to have to go my guy Ian Gary. I'm going to have to go Ian Gary. Prates by KO would go crazy. Facts. Oh, Sally with the Dana White privilege. No, he's a superstar, bro. He's a superstar. He deserves it. He's a superstar. He deserves the title shot. Sorry, guys. Bro, Prates inside the distance. Man, Buckley KO. Shout out to Hernanov. This guy has been locking Buckley ever since he's been in the welterweight division. And this guy has been calling it. Prates KO would go crazy. Facts, bro. Facts. A Prates KO, dude. If Prates can get him bloody and he's leaking from the nose and Ian Gary's trying to take him down and Prates has amazing takedown defense. Prates is landing the knee to the body. Ian Gary's falling for that high kick. He's getting, he's blocking it, but it's going through. It's going through. He's throwing the knee. He's, trying to, how Prates is. He's so long in the cage. This guy can throw from a mile away. He's going to be counter-punching, looking for the counter. Ian Gary's going to be throwing leg kicks. Ian Gary's nose is bloody. He's bleeding. Prates is landing that 1-2. Prates is on the, almost like a Li Jing Li Yang type fight. Prates is gaining more momentum. It's 1-1 going to the third round. And then, boom, Prates comes in with the late third round TKO. The whole crowd goes crazy. And he's on the verge of a title shot. If Prates wins this fight, he's ranked number 7. He has to fight up. He has to fight Buckley, JDM. Well, we know the winner, JDM's fighting for the belt. If Prates beats Ian Gary, let's do Prates versus Kamaru Usman or Leon Edwards. I think this is going to be the toughest test of the title. If he can get through Gary, he can probably get the belt. He can most definitely get the belt. Let me catch up. Oh, Sally, bro, inside the distance, man. Buckley, facts. If Prates versus Buckley was a thing, I wouldn't know how to live after that. I agree, bro. I agree. Both my guys, facts. Thanks, Uselyis. Love the channel. 6 best bets and parlays, etc. Great in-depth breakdown. Thank you, my guy. I think I might drop something. I might drop maybe like next week. I'll do an in-depth. I'll do another in-depth breakdown. Let's go. 6 best bets comes out tomorrow. My lock of the week comes out tomorrow. I'm going to try to find some better value. No more chalky lockies. It's about time. And then we're heading into UFC 314, which is actually what we were breaking down right now. We were fucking breaking down UFC 314, and then we get these banger announcements, and it's like, damn, bro, I can't wait. KO was the call. Buckley motherfucker found that chin. Facts. I see finishing Gary. I see him finishing Gary like he did to Rodkey. Facts. Finch's body. Dude, facts, bro. Finch's boy. Dude, I actually forgot that was actually Finch's boy. Shout out to Finch, bro. Shout out to Finch. Undefeated in MMA. Finch is the GOAT. By the way, thank you, Crypto Jedi. Thank you, my guy. Hope you're having a great day. 6 best bets in Lock of the Week comes out tomorrow. I see him finishing Gary like he did to Rodkey. Facts. Ian Gary, in my book, Shav, so Carlos has a very hard fight. Yeah, bro. Bro, this guy Ian Gary took the back of Carlos of Shavkat. Facts. What's good? Facts, Hernanov. So, that was a banger announcement, bro. That was a bang, bro. I think I lost my voice for the rest of today. Yeah, Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. We could do an in-depth breakdown on Sean O'Malley versus Merab. I might do a quick little video for this. But with this fight right here, guys, I'm going to go Yair Rodriguez. I'm going to go Yair Rodriguez by decision. I know a lot of people are thinking the grappling fight with Patricio Pitbull. He can get the grappling down. We know Patricio just lost on Ryzen. But we know that he was also in the PFL, and he was like, yo, let me get on my contract. Shout out to MMA experts. He did a video explaining why Patricio Pitbull was done wrong by the PFL. He was basically explaining that the PFL was doing Patricio Pitbull wrong and not giving him fights, and that Patricio Pitbull needed a fight and he wanted to get out. So then Patricio Pitbull was welcomed into the UFC, and he's released from the PFL. And he's making his UFC debut against Yair Rodriguez. Yair Rodriguez, 19-5-0, recently on 2-loss streak to Volkanovski, the best, and Brian Ortega by arm triangle. They're 1-1 in a fight that he won by shoulder injury. But I will say, guys, with this fight right here, I can imagine the body kicks being a problem. I can imagine let's look at it. Great question, Pepino. So you guys can get... Pepino got it right, by the way, the last time. He got the Carlos Ulberg lock. He got it right last time. But, so I'm not going to spoil it. But it's going to be a good one. It's going to be... So, you know when they say hot, cold, you're hot. Hot. So, it's going to be a good one. But with this fight right here, guys, I am going to have to go Yair Rodriguez. I'm going to have to go Yair Rodriguez with the body kick. Landing the body kick all day. Consistently landing the body kick just like he landed against Josh Emmett. And if you guys saw in that Josh Emmett fight, when he won the interim belt, the reason why Josh Emmett shot a takedown was because his body kept on hurting. He kept on getting hits to the body, the teep to the body, the fast body kick. He's blocking with his elbow, but Yair Rodriguez it's so fast, he just whips it. And you know, Emmett was forced to shoot out of desperation, I believe. Yair Rodriguez is on his back, and he gets a triangle choke. So even if Patricio Pitbull takes this guy down, we know he lost to AJ McKee, I believe. Or did he beat AJ McKee? I believe he lost to AJ McKee. It was like a back and forth. Oh, he beat AJ McKee, he lost to AJ McKee, and then he beat him, which is very good rivalry right there. I'm going to have to go Yair Rodriguez, but bro, if Yair Rodriguez gets Russell fucked like he did in the Frankie Edgar fight, we all know Frankie Edgar. I mean, Frankie, is that his name? Frankie? Dude, I can't remember his name. Yeah, Frankie Edgar. He actually TKO'd him because of the wrestling department. And he gave him his second loss in pro MMA. So, if you want to beat Yair, you got to wrestle. We know Volkanovski even took him down. I'm going to go Yair Rodriguez for the win. Let me know who you guys got. I believe the people's pick was Yair Rodriguez. But the people's pick with Carlos Prates versus Ian Gary is Carlos Prates. I can definitely see it. LOL, that's his boy with Bilal. Facts, bro. Facts. Fucking facts, bro. So, we're going to go up the card. I need the people's pick for this fight. Every single fight. As we go up the card, guys, we have to mention, guys, we got some banger fights. This summer is going to be an absolute amazing summer. What date is that, Sugar Sean? What date is this? June 7th, International Fight Week. I believe we get 2, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe we get 2 pay-per-views that month. Or if it's not, it's in July. So let me know who you guys got. My bad, guys. Dude, that fucking announcement had me going crazy, bro. Michael Olajaychik. Michael Olajaychik. Alright, so who wins this fight right here? Pitbull, plus 175 sprinkle for me. Yair is literally unreliable. Yeah, especially when he gets taken down. Sometimes when he gets taken down, he's in a little bit of a position where he's stuck. Yair's still sharp? Yeah, though, listen, facts. Sugar better been grinding wrestling. I heard he had a hip surgery, or he had a hip problem. I heard he had a hip problem against Merab the first fight. But guys, look at Sean O'Malley versus Peter Yan. I know, MMA Joey's going to be like, oh, that was a robbery. Peter Yan won that fight 30-27. But O'Malley even took down Peter Yan in that fight. He took his back in the first round. And he was able to escape with Grammy rolls. Imagine, bro. You know how O'Malley had Peter Yan cut up? Imagine you cut up Merab. All you need to do is just split him open. Just split his forehead open. And this guy's going to be panicking like a crazy guy. He's going to be shooting. He's going to be more telegraphed. I think O'Malley can get it done. All right, so let's go up the card. Let's go up the card. Let's go up the card. Cedric Dumas versus Michael Olajaychik. With this fight right here, guys, we know Cedric Dumas is 10-2-0. I believe Cedric Dumas was scheduled to fight somebody, but it fell through. He was scheduled to fight Zach Reese, and that fight fell through, so he dodged a bullet right there. Michael Olajaychik has never dodged a bullet. This guy fights anybody, anywhere, anytime. Michel Pereira, Kevin Holland, who he dropped Kevin Holland in that fight. Shara Magomedov, who is an absolute beast. And he has one win over Chidi Njokuani, but how good does that Chidi Njokuani win look now? Chidi Njokuani just beat the shit out of Zaleski. Michael Olajaychik has that power. This is going to be a fight where somebody's going to get finished in this fight. I expect this fight to not go the distance. We know Cedric Dumas is a little bit of a guy who wins by decision a lot. 4 decision wins, but 2 TKOs in the first round, 2 TKOs in the second round. So he has 4 TKOs, 4 decision wins, and 2 sub wins. I think this fight is a good play to not go the distance. That this fight doesn't go the distance. When I look at this fight, I think of it like a battle of their UFC contract. I think these guys are fighting for their contract. Excuse me. I believe these guys are fighting for the UFC contract, and with this fight right here, guys, 10-2-0 for Cedric Dumas. He has more momentum. I expect him to be a slight favorite. I don't know the odds right now, but I will say, guys, this is a massive thing that I have to take into consideration. The 79-inch reach. This guy has a 79-inch reach advantage over a 74, just like the Carlos Prates Ian Gary situation. Cedric Dumas is going to be the longer fighter. He's going to be able to manage distance a lot better. And his win over Cody Brundage, Abu Azaitar, and Dennis Tululin are very good. They're very good wins. We know, though, that Cody Brundage just recently beat somebody. He just beat... Who did Cody Brundage just beat? In like a first-round TKO. Cody Brundage just beat somebody, bro. He just beat very successful, but he went to war with Julian Marquez. That's actually kind of funny. I'm going to go Cedric Dumas. I know majority of you guys are probably going to go Michael Olajaychik. I'm going to have to go Dumas. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. Sean Fraudcheck Part 2. I think Sean does better when he's a challenger. When Sean O'Malley is the challenger, he does way better. There's less pressure on his shoulders. He doesn't have to defend his belt. Look at him against Aljamain Sterling. I expect O'Malley to be a massive underdog. And maybe the plus 5.5. O'Malley is undeserving. Who deserves it more? Let's look at it. Who deserves it more than O'Malley? Let's make the case. So, we can say Peter Yan because he just beat Davison Figueiredo. I don't want to say Corey Sandhagen because this guy lost to Umar. Definitely not Umar. But Peter Yan lost to Merab as well. We can say, the guy who should have rightfully got the title shot is Peter Yan. But when we talk about what the UFC is, it's entertainment business. I think this is going to be 2 million pay-per-view or 1.5 million pay-per-view, 1 million pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Compared to Peter Yan. And let's say, I don't know, maybe he could set up a trilogy. Maybe this fight could set up a trilogy. You know what this fight reminds me of, bro? Merab versus O'Malley 2. It reminds me of Israel Adesanya versus Poatan 2. You know, Poatan just finished Israel Adesanya by 5th round TKO. He has a lot of hype. He comes to the next fight with the black and gold trim shorts. He's the favorite. Israel Adesanya is the underdog. Everybody forgets that Israel Adesanya, you know, almost finished Poatan in the first round. Israel Adesanya baits him, knocks his ass out. I wouldn't be surprised if Sean O'Malley gets a finish in this fight. That's going to be crazy, though. That's going to be crazy. But we're not talking about that fight. Cedric Dumas versus Michael Olajaychik. I'm going to go Cedric Dumas. I'm going to have to go you call him Peter Jan Boring? Well, I just think that I don't think he's a pay-per-view star. I don't know though. Maybe that's arguable. Maybe you can actually, you can argue, Peter Yan gets more pay-per-views, but if we're looking for a guy who gets the most pay-per-view buys, I think that can crack at least 1 million pay-per-view buys. I don't know how much UFC Noche did, but we know that, they headlined Sean O'Malley at the Sphere the first time they ever went. It's going to be crazy these coming days. Facts. Dumas the underdog plus 168. Thank you, Pepino. So Michael Olajaychik is probably like a minus 250, maybe minus 200. With this fight right here, guys, I'm going to have to go Cedric Dumas. I'm going to go by decision, guys. We know a lot of people are going to be favoring Michael Olajaychik. I'm actually surprised that he's the favorite. But I expect him to be, the reason why I think he's the favorite is because of the power. Michael Olajaychik has fought better competition. He's fought way better power. He has way better power. And he's been in there with the best of the best. He's fought Ovince St. Peru, Jimmy Crute, the GOAT. He's fought Kyle Barallo. He's fought the best of the best. But I am going to be going with the underdog. I'm going to go Cedric Dumas. Dumas could be the upset, but fuck, bro. Michael needs this W. Facts, bro. They're fighting for I think Michael is fighting for his contract. But this is a 1-800-GAMBLER type of fight no matter what. Don't bet this fight. Maybe the over 1.5. Pepino brings up a good point saying Dumas is chinny. NYC Driller, what's the lock? You're going to find out tomorrow. You can try to guess. I'm going to say hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. Pepino, hot, hot, hot. He was pretty hot on this guess. You calling Peter Yan boring? Oh, Sally lost though. He does. How does he automatically get the rematch? The same reason Israel Adesanya got the automatic rematch over Strickland, right? No, over, so he lost to Sean Strickland and gets the immediate rematch against Dricus du Plessis. And then he gets the immediate rematch against Poatan. Dumas has more dog in him. Sheen is not a pay-per-view star. Okay, so let's make the argument. Let's make the argument. The reason why I think Sean is a pay-per-view star, let's look at it. Let me go on Instagram. So, obviously, Instagram, Instagram followers doesn't really correlate with anything, but, like, I don't think Merab is a pay-per-view star. I really don't. And I know a lot of people do. Let's try it. Hopefully this shit can fucking load. Okay. Fucking banger fucking fight. Okay. Let me put up this. Okay, so I know this doesn't really correlate and it doesn't really make that much sense. But look at this. So 4.4 million Instagram follower. Fuck, it's telling me to sign in. I gotta sign in again. Fuck. So 4.4 million followers on Instagram for Sean O'Malley. And 1.5 million followers on Instagram for Merab Dvalishvili. And I know this really doesn't really make that much sense. But let's go to likes. Let's see how many likes he gets. I know this really doesn't really make that much sense, but he's the champion of the world, 88,000 likes. I know this really doesn't really make that much sense. 46,000 likes. Dude, bro, I don't really think people, or I don't know, maybe he's a star, but I'd be damned, bro. I'd be damned. Right now, my chat is blocked right now, so I'm gonna have to read it from here. Yeah, bro, of course I'm a Sean O'Malley glazer, bro. Dude, he's brought the biggest pay-per-view stars. He's he's a bigger pay-per-view star than Sterling. Aljamain Sterling was forced to take the fight at UFC 272 early, quick turnaround after he beat Triple C, Henry Cejudo, because they wanted O'Malley to win. And when O'Malley wins, the UFC does better business. I think he's like the highest merch. I think Poetan sells the best merch, the highest merch. But I think it's O'Malley, top 5, and then I think it's like somebody else for the top first or something like that. But dude, it's the entertainment business, so you have to go off of fame. You got to go off of popularity. Ever since the beginning, UFC has always been going off of fame, popularity, and clout. You have to have those 3 things. And I know it's not meritocracy. It's not meritocracy. But in a entertainment business, I think popularity will always win. But let's go over here. But very good points, though. Very good points. Merab versus Merab. Very good points. But Izzy was defending, bro, multiple times. What don't you get? Yeah. That's a very good point. But what I will say is that whether Israel, whether he's defending or not, let's bring up another instance, right? Let's bring up another instance where I can try to make this make sense. Like another instance, like, I don't know another instance. I can't really think of another instance in the top of my head. But what I think is, look, he defended against Cheeto once. Aljamain, he asked for the... So look, Aljamain would have never got the title shot even if he asked for it. I think if Merab loses, I don't think he's going to get the title shot. There's only like a certain amount of people who can get an immediate rematch, that can get away with it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he fits that caliber, maybe he doesn't. But Izzy, bro, yeah, he did defend multiple times. Bro, your Osali Glazer, yeah, I know. And yeah, I know. Izzy versus Poetan was close before the finish. Sean got dominated. Oh, I don't think he got dominated. I think Sean O'Malley did a better performance than Umar Nurmagomedov. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, nah, like, but dude, Umar looked like shit that fight. This dude is really basic on Insta followers, and I know it's like it doesn't really make sense. Merab versus Merab. Juice, this is how the UFC sees it. You act like he's Conor McGregor. Well, dude, okay, so name your guys' top pay-per-view stars. This is a good convo. I'm very interested. Name like your favorite pay-per-view star. Like a guy who's still active. Like, I can make the case that if Sean O'Malley, okay, Ilya Topuria, Sean O'Malley, let's take him out the equation. Islam Makhachev a star, kinda. I don't really think Bilal's a star. Maybe Dricus, but some people don't have the ability to be a star. But I don't know. We don't have that much stars in the UFC. You know what I'm saying? Like Pantoja, Merab. Like, I'd say the case that Ilya is a bigger star than Islam Makhachev, and Islam Makhachev has defended, like 4 times? He's defended 4 times, I believe. And Ilya Topuria has only defended twice, I believe, or once. I don't think it matters how many times you defend your belt anymore. They were telling Ilya Topuria to vacate his belt for the title, so I don't really think... I don't know. We'll figure it out, though. You act like he's McGregor. Facts, though. He's not McGregor. He's not even close. Fuck having friends in MMA. Aljo versus Merab, compared to Stable. Yeah, but he wasn't a natural... Yeah, he wasn't naturally a star. That's fair. The UFC gave him an extra push. They keep saying he's the biggest star when he's not. Just casuals buy into it, yeah. But let's say you talk to your friend, right? Let's say you're talking to your friend, and your friend is like, he doesn't know that much about UFC. Who do you think your friend would know about if he's a casual? Like, if you have any casual type friends, maybe he'll know Poetan, maybe he'll know Islam, Ilya Topuria, and maybe he'll know O'Malley, you know what I'm saying? But, like, he definitely, like, the majority of people don't like Merab. The majority of people hate Merab. Or maybe they like him. But I will say, guys, I don't know. It's all opinionated. Look at Islam's followers, Conor's followers compared to that. Those stars, UFC don't got nothing left, really, so they're desperately squirting. Well, yeah. But I think that it's rightfully so, because I don't think Peter Yan deserves it. I don't think Peter Yan deserves that. I don't think Peter Yan... I mean, he, Davison Figueiredo, but off of meritocracy, he would deserve it. I don't think he deserves it out of pay-per-view. But very good point, though. Very good point. I like it. I like it when people bring up the other points. I really like that. Let me go here. Let me just make sure. So my thing glitched, guys. My chat glitched. My chat completely glitched. So I wasn't able to see the chat for a while. So I can't see the internet if it's good or not, but I think it should be good. Okay. So I am going to go Cedric Dumas by decision, guys. Sorry, I've been, you know, milking it a little bit, guys. Let's work up the card. Let's go up the card. Let's go up the card. But very good points, Juice, man. Very good points, bro. I can see how other people don't like O'Malley. You know, he doesn't deserve the title shot. You know, everybody's saying he's a star when he's not really. The UFC's lacking stars. Dude, that's a very good point, bro. Very good point. Darren Elkins versus Juliana Rosa, guys. Let me know who you guys got. I need the people's pick for this fight. I'm actually excited that we got to talk about all those fights, though. That was actually fucking lit. I'm glad I went live today, bro. I'm glad I fucking went live today. Okay. So, guys, I'm just gonna have to log back in so that I can see the, you know, the thing that, like, tells you your studio panel. So, give me 1 second. Okay. I think it's good. I think it's good. Alright, because YouTube Studio just logged me out. Okay. I think it's good. Fuck it. Alright. So, with this fight right here, we know Juliana Rosa is very good. We also know, though, that we have to mention with Juliana Rosa, this guy's a little bit chinny. You know what I'm saying? He's chinny. And if anybody's chinny, guys, it's a guy like Juliana Rosa. He is the guy who first beat Christian Rodriguez by submission, which is a very good win. We know Christian Rodriguez just lost to Acosta, Maziquel Acosta. Oh, I see what you're saying. But Kamal Marab was holding a motherfucker facts. Kneeing the thigh. That's actually facts or not enough. The bantamweight division is in shambles. The bantamweight division is in shambles. Come on, they gave O'Malley the step up with Yan and motherfucker won. That, I don't know how. Oh, so you think Peter Yan won against O'Malley. That's a good thing, dude, because I think that's actually a good take, bro. All right, so with this fight right here, I'm gonna have to go Juliana Rosa, guys. I'm gonna have to go Juliana Rosa. When I look at majority topology, they're gonna go Rosa by submission on points. But this guy being able to finish Christian Rodriguez rates me very high, especially how Christian Rodriguez looked against Costa. We know he didn't look his best. He actually looked really small in that fight. And we know Juicy J lost to Alex Caceres, who we were talking about earlier. Juicy J is very good. I think he's way better than Bill Algeo. For some reason, I thought that Bill Algeo and Juicy J were brothers, because they both don't have a chin. But we know he lost to Fernando Padilla as well, Alex Caceres, round 1. So if you are going to beat him, you're going to beat him by a first-round TKO. Darren Elkins is going to be trying to wrestle here, but I can see a guillotine. I know he got like a mounted, submission, a guillotine choke. Nah, I can see this fight going the distance. Elkins is tough. He's tough. You don't think he won that? Watch it back. I gave O'Malley rounds 1 and 3. And what my thing is, damage trumps all. Very good points, though. I'll be able to hear all your points. I think he won rounds 1 and 3. I think the knee to the head cut him open. You know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's his best win on his resume yet so far. Or maybe Aljamain Sterling is better. Darren Elkins versus Juliana Rosa, guys. I'm going to have to go Juliana Rosa. I'm going to go by decision. I'm going to go by submission on points. But when we mention Juliana Rosa, we have to mention how many submission wins he has. 4 subs in the first round, 5 subs in the second round, 4 subs in the third round, and 1 sub in the fourth round. If he were to get a 5th round submission, he would have a submission win in every single round. This guy's like Gerald Meerschaert. 4 TKOs in the first round, 6 TKOs in the second round. He's more of a second round finisher guy. First TKO in the 1 TKO in the third round, and then 5 decision wins. So if we're looking on paper, Elkins usually goes the distance a lot. 12 unanimous decision, 2 by split. If this goes the distance, more than likely Elkins is going to win. I'm going to take Juicy J by submission on points. I think even if this goes over 2.5, I think Juicy J can still take this fight. I'm going to take Juicy J for the win. And I'm going to go by submission on points. But I want to predict the submission exactly. Let's say he does get a submission. I want to go like a rear naked choke. Because I don't think he has one yet on his record. Dude, he has a barbell choke, armbar, triangle choke. He doesn't have a rear naked choke, triangle choke, Darce choke. So, dude, if he can just add a rear naked choke to his record, or I don't know if this is a rear naked choke, it's just choke. If he can add I'm going to go with Juliana Rosa by rear naked choke. Let me know who you guys got. It's going to be a banger fight, guys. I'm going Juliana Rosa by rear naked choke. Now we're going to go up the card. Sumadaji versus Mitch Raposo. This is going to be a crazy fight as well. But as we get up the card is going to get way better. But guys, with judging, I will say judging is always all over the place. Whether we're in Las Vegas, Mexico, wherever you're at, there's always going to be some weird judging. So, like, maybe you guys are right. Maybe, let's say, Peter Yan was meant to win that fight. Imagine if Peter Yan won that fight. Do you guys think that he would get a title shot? Sumadaji versus Mitch Raposo. We know Mitch Raposo just recently lost to Andre Lima by split decision on his UFC debut. I'm not sure if that was on short notice. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that it was a little bit of a quick... You know, he had to make his UFC debut from his other organization. Sumadaji, I remember him from going to war with Matt Schnell. Excuse me, guys. So when I remember Sumadaji, guys, I remember of him going to war with Matt Schnell. He lost by a triangle choke in the second round, but he gassed so hard in that fight. He lost to Tim Elliott, and he lost to Charles Johnson by decision. I will say it was 1-1 going to the third round until Charles Johnson started wrestling. Sumadaji has looked a lot better than his last two recent fights to Tim Elliott and Matt Schnell. If you want to be Sumadaji, you know, maybe you can up the submission game. We know Mitch Raposo looked very good. He's only 26 years old. He looked pretty good against Andre Lima. He did lose that fight very clearly, but prior to that, he was on a tear, an absolute tear, finishing everybody. And this guy, KO, right hand, rear naked choke. Prior to that, he lost to Jake Hadley. We know Jake Hadley is always giving people trouble. Jake Hadley beat Colin Loughran, and Colin Loughran just beat Nathan Fletcher. So Jake Hadley's a guy who, he is, you know, he's hard to beat. I will say with this fight right here, guys, I'm going to have to go Mitch Raposo, guys. I don't know. 72-inch reach versus 64. The height is going to be massive for Sumadaji. 5'5", 125, 125. 29 years old versus 26. Experience is on this guy's side. 16-7. Almost. This guy has at least, 20, maybe double the amount of fights, pro MMA fights that this guy has, Mitch Raposo. If I am going to take Mitch Raposo, I'm going to have to take him by decision, guys. We know that he does have some submission game. 2 subs in the first round, 1 sub in the third round. TKO looks like his bread and butter. But I'm going to have to go by decision. I think the over 2.5 is going to be great here. But I will say, guys, with this fight right here, guys, I got to go Mitch Raposo. I know Mitch Raposo is going to be a massive, massive underdog. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I think this is going to be a little bit of a pick'em fight. I'm going to have to go Mitch Raposo for the win. I'm going to go Mitch Raposo 29-28 for the win after losing the second round. We know Charles Johnson was able to implement a lot of wrestling. So I'm going to start the next poll, guys. I'm just going to start the next poll. Let's go. Dude, we actually had a lot of talk. There was a lot to talk about today. I'm actually fucking hyped. Fuck, bro. I think I lost my voice, though, because, damn, that was a lot of talking. Jim Miller versus Chase Hooper. When we look at this fight right here, we know that this is going to be an absolute banger fight as well. We have to mention, of course, that Jim Miller is on a little bit of a skid. Prior to beating Damon Jackson, he did lose pretty badly, 30-27. Maybe you could say it was 1-1, 30-27 in my opinion, to Bobby Green. And, you know, losing to Bobby Green right now doesn't look the best. But I will say his win over Gabriel Benitez was very good with a submission rear naked choke face crank. And then his win over Jesse Butler was okay. He lost to Alexander Hernandez. Chase Hooper is on an absolute tear. I believe he lost to Steve Garcia by KO. And he needed that loss. And we know that Chase Hooper faced, I didn't know this actually, he faced Aljamain Sterling in 2024 of January. And he lost by split decision, which is actually pretty competitive. We know that Aljo's now at 145. This guy is a very good grappler, if not one of the best grapplers at 145 besides Movsar Evloev. So I'm going to have to take Chase Hooper, guys. I know Chase Hooper was able to submit Clay Guida he was able to, right before he fought Clay Guida, he fought him in grappling competition. He got him in a calf slicer. And then he fights Clay Guida he got him in a calf slicer in 2022. And then he fights him 2 years later and he submits him with an armbar way faster than he did the first time. Almost around the same amount of time. But I like it when he does these grappling tournaments. When he does these grappling ADXC, I think it's very good for him. And I think, yo, what's good, KZ? Hope you're having an amazing day. We're breaking down UFC 314, bro. Hope you're having an amazing day, guys. If you guys haven't, check out KZ, guys. This guy's an absolute demon. By the way, I have to mention, I was up late one time playing UFC ranked, and I'm bursting on Joaquin Buckley. I'm Darren Till, and all of a sudden I get dropped in the first round really bad. And I'm like, holy shit, who the fuck am I fighting? This guy is good. And then all of a sudden I gotta wrestle, and I gotta, wrestle hard. KZ gave me a run for my money on UFC 5. I'm surprised they didn't call that a draw. I'm surprised they did not call that a draw, because I got dropped 3 times in that fight. That was a crazy fight. And then I saw KZ type it in the Discord. I was like, yo, KZ is an underrated Joaquin Buckley on UFC 5. Mods checking in. Let's go. Let's go. By the way, I did clear it out. I did clear out some of my mods. But for some reason, YouTube Studio is giving me like a log out issue. It keeps on logging me out, and then I have to log back in. So YouTube Studio is a little bit hard for me on the computer. It's better for me on the phone. But YouTube Studio has been giving me a little bit of issues. But I'm glad you're here, KC. Hope you're having a great day. Let's go. Dude, you are fucking good at UFC 5, bro. I don't know fucking how. I gotta keep on holding this guy against the fence because he keeps on dropping me. He dropped me every single round. The first round, the second round, and the third round. I'm like, bro, I have no chin, bro. Yo, I'm going to this event. I already got some lazy. Let's go, Alyssa. Alyssa Pennebecker. I hope you're having a great day. Right now, we're getting closer. We're already on the main card. Right now, I'm going Chase Hooper by submission on points over Jim Miller. If I am going to go Chase Hooper by submission, I'm going to go rear naked choke. I don't know if Jim Miller has been submitted. By the way, I believe this card is in Miami. Dude, or the fact that you got tickets for this, you are in for an absolute treat. You are in for probably one of the best cards of 2025. This is going to be probably one of the best cards of 2025, if not the best card of 2025. We know we got Carlos Prates, Sean O'Malley, but this card 314 is going to be lit. I'm checking to see if Jim Miller has gotten submitted before. He's gotten submitted he's only got submitted 3 times. I would be surprised if Chase Hooper can get the submission. How did he get submitted though? He got submitted by rear naked choke. What else? Rear naked choke, Michael Chiesa. Alright, so maybe like a rear naked choke. Maybe if Chase Hooper's going to try to find it. But I don't think he's going to find it. I'm going to go Chase Hooper by decision. 29-28, 30-27, and 29-28 on all judges' scorecards. Let's go Chase Hooper for the win. Let's go, my guy. Let's go. Yeah, Jim Miller's in this. Facts, Juice Man, facts. And I can see what you're saying, bro. Like, guys like Jim Miller deserve a little bit more respect. Like, guys like Jim Miller, they're the true veterans. They're the true, real guys. Yan Shannon. Yeah, the OGs. Let me do this poll. By the way, guys, thank you guys for all being here. Okay, so Hooper, Silva, Yair, Tulio, foreleg. All right, I agree, but the only one that I don't agree with, I'll tell you right now. I think it hits. But the only one that I think doesn't hit is Gene Silva. So, Verna Jandaroba versus Yan Shannon. This is going to be an absolute banger fight. If you guys know that this is one of my most anticipated fights on this card, I know that Verna Jandaroba is... I think this is a number 1 contender fight. Not only do I think this is a number 1 contender fight, but I think that the winner of this fight needs a shot at the belt. Let's look at the rankings. I believe they're right here. When we look at the strawweight division, I believe it's strawweight division right here. Verna Jandaroba's number 3, facing off against Yan Xiaonan, who's number 1 contender. So this is a number 1 contender fight in my opinion. I think whoever wins this fight right here, I got the Kung Fu fighter. I think whoever wins this fight right here, guys, let me go to live chat. So I think whoever wins this fight right here deserves the title shot. Whether it's whether it's Yan Xiaonan and she only has 2 wins over Tabitha Ricci and Verna Jandaroba, or it's Verna Jandaroba and she's on a 5-fight win streak after beating Yan Xiaonan. Whoever wins this fight needs to fight the winner. Needs to fight. We know Wei Li doesn't have a fight yet, right? She just had Tatiana Suarez. Wei Li fights the winner. Whoever wins this fight, Wei Li has to fight the winner. With this fight right here, we know Verna Jandaroba is very good. She actually lost to Mackenzie Dern in a fight where I thought that was a little questionable, the decision. She lost to Mackenzie Dern and Amanda Ribas. We know those are massive red flags to lose to, but if you lose to them, we know it's because of volume and pressure. And because of maybe just like being in their face. I saw that Mackenzie Dern fight. It was getting a little bit sloppy. You know, Verna Jandaroba is getting controlled. You know, she's shooting. It's a little sloppy, and she didn't look herself in that fight. And she also lost to Carla Esparza. So it's like the wrestling department that gives her a little bit of issues sometimes. She's a grappler, a BJJ specialist. She has a rear naked choke, armbar, and a very good, she does rear naked choke, armbar. She doesn't have, I remember she had an arm triangle choke. Armbar, arm triangle choke, and rear naked choke. She has a very good diverse submission ability. We know Yan Xiaonan is very good as well. She has power in her hands. Yan Xiaonan's, notable losses, I will say, is to Wei Li, of course, but she went to war with Wei Li after getting something in her nose. They put salt. They put salt in her nose. They put salt, I think, in her nose. She woke right back up. She lost to Marina Rodriguez, and then she lost to Carla Esparza. They both lost to Carla Esparza. Shout out to Carla Esparza. How good is this girl? This girl got the belt. She tried to defend it against Wei Li. Retired. It happens. Carla Esparza is the GOAT. Did she retire after that Wei Li fight? Oh, she retired after the Tisha Pennington fight. She's a GOAT. Carla Esparza. If you lose to her, no shame in losing to her. It's because of the grappling department. She's very good. But her getting finished by crucifix position and Verna Jandaroba going the distance with Carla Esparza makes Verna Jandaroba a little bit more durable, in my opinion. 21-3-0 versus 19-4-0. 35 years old versus 36. Strawweight division, 5'3" versus 5'5". 64-3 versus 63. I'm going to have to go Verna Jandaroba for the win. And I'm going to go by submission on points. And I'm going to go arm triangle. I'm going to go by arm triangle. I'm very interested in seeing the people's pick. Majority of people are going Verna Jandaroba. And I expect Verna Jandaroba to get a title shot right after she beats Yan Xiaonan. And I'm going to go by arm triangle choke. I'm going to go by 3rd round arm triangle choke. And I think she makes a highlight. She needs to make something happen. You got to make something happen in order for you to get put on the map. So that way the UFC can hype you up, give you the title shot. Let's go. I'm going to go Verna Jandaroba for the win. I'm going to go by arm triangle, 3rd round. But I recommend you take her by submission on points. Now we know a lot of you guys were talking about this fight. I know a lot of you guys are going to be hyped for this fight. Not only is this fight exciting, but dude, this fight screams war. Not only does this fight scream war, this is like black magic versus some dark magic. This is like a battle from since the beginning of time these guys have been battling. Verna by arm triangle. So let me go back. So why Verna? By the way, Matu, I hope you're having a great day. So the reason why I'm going Verna by arm triangle is because this is what I'm taking into consideration. Take it with a grain of salt. Maybe submission on points. But why I like arm triangle is because Carla Esparza was able to finish her from a crucifix position, right? From ground and pound. I think if Verna Jandaroba is on top of Yan Xiaonan, she transitions very well. Very well. And we know she wins a lot of decisions. But that submission win over Amanda Lemos, I know she only has 1 arm triangle choke, I believe, on her record. But I think if she can get on top of Yan Xiaonan, flatten her out, I think the arm triangle would be more there than the arm bar or the rear naked choke. That's what I'm thinking. because she has an arm triangle, arm bar, and rear naked choke. So what I'm thinking is that it's only going to be one of those three. If she wins by submission. Arm bar, rear naked choke, or triangle. And I see Yanshan on her back, so I'm going to go with arm triangle, but it's a little bit of a Hail Mary. But I think it's likely. I think it hits. So, by the way, great question, bro. Great question. Bryce Mitchell versus John Silva. We're going up the card. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Let's go, bro. Let's go. W Juice. Let's go. So, with this fight right here, we know Bryce Mitchell is going to be a massive underdog. We know this guy just finished Mezilk Bogdasarian. And it was a little weird because we know that this guy was like high-fiving him, like dabbing him up. They were like, yeah, they were smiling. And somebody mentioned a great point. I don't know if it was Larry. I don't know who it was, but they mentioned a great point where they mentioned how, Gene Silva kind of throws you off your game. He gets you a little happy, excited. He's emoting. He's dabbing you up. He's high-fiving. He's all smiley. And then, boom. He just knocks you out. This guy, John Silva, has an insanely high finish rate. He's only went the distance once. Who is that guy who he went the distance with? You guys already know. I believe he's right here. Kevin Vallejos. The only guy that went the distance and survived 3 full rounds with John Silva is Kevin Vallejos. How good is Kevin Vallejos? I don't know yet. We'll find out. We know in his 2 losses, he lost by split decision and by regular decision. He also has a very good submission game. He has a guillotine choke. He also has, I believe there was another submission win. Or maybe there's only one submission win. So he has 2 submission wins in the first round. Guillotine choke and 2 guillotines. So he does have a good guillotine. So he might jump on that guillotine if Bryce Mitchell's trying to shoot for a takedown. With this fight right here, 17-2-0, we're going to mention their notable losses. Ilia Topuria for Bryce Mitchell, notable loss, and Josh Emmett. This guy, Bryce Mitchell, went into the UFC undefeated. Just beat Edson Barbosa beautifully by decision in a fight where he was the underdog in. Many people doubted him. He completely neutralized Edson Barbosa, by far one of his best performances. And then he has to fight Ilia Topuria. We know Ilia Topuria was set to face off against, I believe Masvar Evlov at a certain time too, but that fight fell through, I'm not sure. And then Bryce Mitchell's in that fight. And Bryce Mitchell was able to take down Ilia Topuria. We know John Silva's very good as well. When I mention John Silva, I have to mention his right hand. This guy's right hand is made out of fucking stone. Dr. Stoppage of Judober. Straight right to ground strikes. That's the same hit he hit Melzik with. Punch right here, rear naked choke. Flying knee, guillotine. This guy's going to throw the entire kitchen sink at you. I'm going to go Bryce Mitchell. Majority Tapology is going to go Silva by KO. If you're going to take Silva in this fight right here, I would recommend you take Silva by KO or on points because there's only so long. Maybe he gets the KO. We know Josh Emmett was able to flatline him. Shout out to Josh Emmett. He's fighting this weekend. But bro, there's only so many times. That fuck. I don't know if Bryce Mitchell's chin is going to hold up. That's what I'm scared of. I'm scared if Bryce Mitchell's chin doesn't hold up. If his chin doesn't hold up, he's not going to be able to recover. If Bryce Mitchell gets... So he was trying to throw a right hand. He was trying to throw a left... I don't know if it was a left hook and a right hand, but he was trying to throw the right hand. Bro, Josh Emmett put him to sleep, bro. If Gene Silva hurts Bryce Mitchell, he's done. He's done. It's over. The fight's over. The fight's stopped. It's done. What I'm banking on is Bryce Mitchell doesn't get caught. Because if he gets caught, it's done. And I'm banking on Bryce Mitchell to shoot and control just like that Edson Barbosa fight for all 3 rounds. You better, just like Lerone Murphy. All 25 minutes, you have to be perfect in this fight. Gene Silva can lose the first round. He could lose the second round. It doesn't matter. He can knock you out in the 3rd round. Bryce Mitchell can't lose the first round, and he can't lose the second round. He's going to have to lock in, bro, because I can even see this going to decision. Fuck. I'm going to take the over 1.5 in this fight. I'm definitely taking the over 1.5. I know it might crash and burn, But on either side, if you're on Gene Silva, take him by KO. Take him by KO or on points. I'm going to go Bryce Mitchell. I'm going to have to go Bryce Mitchell by 29-28. Unanimous decision, but I'm going to go by double chance. I'm going to go Bryce Mitchell by submission on points. I have to go Bryce Mitchell by submission on points. I know he's going to be an underdog already, a massive underdog probably. And, money line probably makes more sense. But I'm going to go Bryce Mitchell by Kimura. Maybe I'm fucking crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. In reality, I expect him to win a decision. But if I'm going by submission on points, I'm going to go Bryce Mitchell by either Kimura or by 29-28 unanimous decision. It's going to be a banger fight. And fuck, you will never hear the end of it if Bryce Mitchell gets KO'd, bro. It's only the top from here. Gene Silva's only going up from here. Majority of people are going Gene Silva. He's plus 250. Thank you. So just take money line if you're going to go Bryce Mitchell. But I will say, guys, fuck, bro. I will never hear the end of it if Bryce Mitchell gets knocked out cold. Dude, the earth, everything. Shout out to all you guys. We're getting closer to the main event. Nikolai Krylov versus Dominic Reyes. I know somebody said the other day Dominic Reyes only has 4 losses, which is actually very good, The fact that he only has 4 losses, obviously he lost in brutal fashion. But when you look at his record, it looks pretty good. 14-4-0. It's not like 14-6-0. It's not like 13-6. It's a very good record in my opinion. We do know, though, that the majority of his losses are by TKO. If he loses this fight, it's by KO. He lost KO to Ryan Spann, Yuri Prohaska, Jan Blachowicz, and then he lost to John Jones. Excuse me. So there's going to be a banger fight right here. I'm going to have to go Dominic Reyes. Notable wins for Krylov. I got to say, Ryan Spann, because he beat him and Dominic Reyes wasn't able to beat him. MMA math doesn't always work. Gustafsson is a good notable win. Ovin St. Peru, we know Uzdemir. I'd say Krylov's best win on his resume is, it has to be, in my opinion, I think it's Volkan Uzdemir or Gustafsson. I think those are his best wins. Dominic Reyes, his best win on his resume. John Jones, we all know that he beat John Jones. He beat him, rightfully so. He got robbed against John Jones. But obviously it was 2-2 going into the 5th. Very close fight. Or maybe it wasn't 2-2 going into the 5th. I don't fucking remember. But I remember that fight being close. So either way, I think that the thing that fucked him up is that fight. If he never fought John Jones, I think he would have been in a little bit of a better position. Because I think he got too much hype on that fight. He got too much hype. He smelled the roses too much. And he's like, you know what? I'm the best in the world. And then he gets knocked out by Jan Blachowicz. And his body got so red. If you look at his body was so red. So I will say with this fight right here, I'm going to go Dominic Reyes by KO. Somebody's going to get knocked out, guys. I'm not going to say by KO or on points. I'm going to say that this fight doesn't go the distance. And I have to trust him. Just like Watch Console says, we have to trust his chin. I mean, not trust his chin. We have to just trust him. But I have to trust his chin. Because his chin is going to get put to the test. And I don't know, when we look at his 2 wins back-to-back, they're so fast. Round 2. He made it out of the first round, and then round 1. 2 minutes into round 1. I believe he was an underdog, or he was a slight favorite in that fight. It was pretty close, the odds. But, bro, you better not be banking on a finish, because if this fight goes all 15, Krylov has cardio. He has cardio. He's going to have the longer reach slightly. But Dominic Reyes has 1 inch reach, 1 inch height advantage. I'm going to go Dominic Reyes by KO. I'm going to go second round TKO. I'm going to have to go second round TKO. Let me know who you guys got, though. I'm very interested in seeing who you guys got. I got to go Dominic Reyes by second round TKO. Second round for me. In Dominic Reyes' chin, we trust. Main event time. I'm going to give you guys a hint. 6 best bets in lock of the week. Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. It's going to be an absolute banger fight. Not only is this going to be a banger fight, but this fight screams war. Whenever I look at a pay-per-view and I look at 5-round co-main event, I love it. I don't know if this is going to go the distance, but I love a 5-round co-main event. We know Michael Chandler has gone 5 rounds more than Paddy Pimblett. In fact, Paddy Pimblett has never gone 5 rounds in the UFC. I believe he has in Cage Warriors. I'm not sure. We'll check. But it's going to be a banger fight. Reyes is like the light heavyweight of Ferguson, but he got to win at least. Damn. Facts. That's actually facts. So, with this fight right here, it's going to be a banger fight. Not only is it going to be a banger fight, but we have to mention, guys, notable wins for Michael Chandler. By the way, he looks so young in this photo. He looks so young. Notable wins for Michael Chandler. Dan Hooker, Tony Ferguson, Benson Henderson, Patricky Pitbull, who is Patricio Pitbull's brother, and Patricio Pitbull got that back in blood because he knocked him out in the first round. And I'd say Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez is a very good notable win. He beat Patricky Pitbull twice. And we know Patricio Pitbull's brother, he got that back in blood. He said, "You're not going to do that to my brother and get away with it." Shout out to Patricio Pitbull. I hope one day Patricio Pitbull and Michael Chandler can fight again in a rematch in the UFC. Let's say Pitbull loses, Michael Chandler loses. Fuck it. Patricio Pitbull versus Michael Chandler. Fuck it. Rematch. I know they're not in the same division, though. Paddy Pimblett, lightweight. He was a former featherweight. Notable wins for Paddy Pimblett. Bobby Green, of course. Jared Gooden, which was a very close fight. We know Tony Ferguson was good, but I'd say Luigi Vendarini is a very good win. I know that guy is nowhere to be found now, but it's because of how he did it. His UFC debut, this guy reminds me of Luke Riley. He comes in, that's how I think Luke Riley will come into the UFC. Just comes straight forward, throws bombs, gets hit with by Luigi, goes back and forth, and he just knocks him out in the first round. But he did look sloppy in that fight. But I'd say those are very notable wins because of how he won. Especially on Jordan Levitt. He was teabagging on Jordan Levitt. This is the toughest test of his entire career. 38 years old versus 30. It's going to be a banger fight. Not only is this going to be a banger fight, but I think we could do something that main event doesn't go the distance. We do know, though, when we look at Michael Chandler's 5-round fights in the UFC, he went 5 rounds with Charles Oliveira. Who else? I don't think he's ever won 5 rounds in the UFC. He's only won 5 rounds once in the UFC, I think. He went to the 3rd round against Dustin Poirier. He's won 3 rounds against Justin Gaethje. So the fact that he only went the distance once and he's been in multiple 5-round fights in the UFC, I'd say that this fight doesn't go the distance. I think majority topology is going Michael Chandler by KO or Paddy Pimblett by submission. We have to mention Paddy Pimblett's losses, though. He lost by KO. He lost by Anaconda choke. Also, he's never been knocked out, but dude, he went to sleep in the Anaconda choke, I believe. This guy, Cameron Elsey put Paddy Pimblett to sleep. And when we look at this guy's record, he's 11-6-0. And he just lost to Nathaniel Wood in a grappling tournament, in a grappling Polaris. He lost to Richie Lang. He lost to Carla Phillips. I think that guy is trash. Cameron Elsey, that guy is trash. I'm not sure if that's the one, but Paddy Pimblett went to sleep when he got submitted one time. He got submitted so bad that he went to sleep. We do know Paddy Pimblett has gotten rocked a little bit. He's gotten rocked by Jared Gordon. He's gotten rocked a little bit by Luigi. His good performance was against Bobby Green. I'm going to go Paddy Pimblett, guys. I'm going to take Paddy Pimblett for the win. Obviously, we have to go inside the distance if we're taking Paddy Pimblett. He has a good triangle choke, good rear naked choke. Good triangle choke, good rear naked choke. What else? And flying triangle choke, so he might fly for it. He lost the Anaconda choke. That Anaconda choke is so annoying, bro. This guy, Vince Morales, was shooting that Anaconda choke over and over again. That choke is so annoying because of how they get you. Like, you have to go in for the takedown, and they get you in a headlock. One of the fucking most annoying chokes to escape is the Anaconda choke. I'm going to go Paddy Pimblett. I'm going to say he gets, if I have to predict the submission, it's either going to be a rear naked choke, a triangle choke, or maybe like an like a crazy arm bar, like a triangle arm bar. I'm gonna go rear naked choke. I know Michael Chandler got submitted by rear naked choke against Dustin Poirier. 2 minutes into round 3, he was fish hooking Dustin Poirier as well. This guy, Chandler, hit the back of the head against Charles Oliveira in the 5th round over and over and over again. This guy, Michael Chandler, is the biggest cheater in the game. A bigger cheater than Andre Lima. But this guy has power, bro. I don't know if this fight touches the 3rd round. Maybe we could do an over 1.5. Like an over 1.5 would be perfect for this fight. I'm going to go the over 1.5, and I'm going to go Paddy Pimblett by rear naked choke. Yeah, Paddy lost to Gordon. Yeah. Very controversial fight. Some people gave Gordon rounds 1 and 3, I think. And I think they gave Paddy Pimblett rounds 2 and 3. So I'm going to go Paddy Pimblett, guys. I'm going to go by rear naked choke. The real reason why I'm going rear naked choke is because Dustin Poirier was able to submit him by rear naked choke. And let's look at Dustin Poirier's resume. How many times has Dustin Poirier ever submitted somebody? So he has 3 subs in the 1st round, 3 subs in the 2nd round, and 1 sub in the 3rd round. So Michael Chandler was the first ever guy to get submitted by Dustin Poirier in the 3rd round, which is a massive red flag. He got super tired that fight. He had that fight at times. But bro, this guy just throws the whole kitchen sink. We need a calculated Chandler. If I'm making a case for Chandler, we need a calculated Chandler. We need a Chandler that is locked in, hesitant, like a calculated Gaethje. That's what we need. A 5-round. The Gaethje that went 5 rounds with Tony Ferguson is what I need to see in Michael Chandler. A calculated Chandler beats Paddy Pimblett all day. It's inclusive if Chandler be cheating. It's inconclusive. Yeah, my bad. Facts, Matua. So now, it's time for the main event, boys and girls. It's going to be a banger main event. I need the people's pick. For this fight. Majority of you guys are going to go Paddy Pimblett. I recommend maybe submission on points. I don't know if he's going to knock out Chandler. We know Chandler has been knocked out. But I got Paddy Pimblett by rear naked choke. Diego Lopez versus Alexander Volkanovski. Now, if you guys know, after this Saturday, we will be 1 week away from UFC 314. UFC 314 takes place April 12th in Miami, Florida. By far one of the best places to be for a pay-per-view. The weather's nice. Everything's perfect. And Volkanovski's coming from a land down under in order to fight Diego Lopez. We know that Diego Lopez is a menace with his hat. This guy has the cowboy hat. He wears the cowboy hat like no other. He has aura. And this guy is going to bring in everything to this fight right here. Volkanovski, 26-4-0. Diego Lopez, 26-6-0. When I look at this fight right here, we have to mention the notable wins. Let's look at notable wins for Alexander Volkanovski. Korean Zombie, who we know Giga Chikadze was like, oh, why is Volkanovski fighting a Korean Zombie? I should be the one fighting him. Korean Zombie's a notable win. The Islam Makhachev, the first fight. The first time he fought Islam Makhachev, I thought that he won that fight. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he lost 4 rounds to 1. I consider that a notable fight. The Max Holloway, the 3rd win. Brian Ortega, very good notable win. And against Chad Mendes and Jose Aldo. Those are my favorite performances from Volkanovski. I'll repeat them again. Chad Mendes, Jose Aldo, Max Holloway, the 3rd fight. Islam Makhachev, the 1st fight. And Korean Zombie. The reason why I like the Korean Zombie fight is because he was talking to Korean Zombie and he was telling him, are you good? Like, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to keep going? And Korean Zombie being the OG, being the gangster, being the original guy that he is, being the tough guy, the OG, he goes in and he just goes in. And it was a standing TKO. This guy, Chang Sung Young, is so fun to watch. Even against Max Holloway in his retirement fight. This guy went to war with Max Holloway within the last 40 seconds. Now we're going to look at notable wins for Diego Lopez. Notable wins for Diego Lopez. That Dan Ige win. I think that Dan Ige win is by far one of his best wins so far. That Mazar Evloev performance, he lost that fight 30-27, but it was a very good performance. And I want to mention the Joe Anderson Brito fight. The Joe Anderson Brito fight right here on Dana White Contender Series. They fought in 2021. This card was fucking lit. He lost that fight by decision. And we know Brito is now fighting Pat Sabatini. Diego Lopez is now fighting for the belt. Oh, how that works out. We fight each other in 2021. 4 years later down the road, I'll be fighting for the belt, and you'll be fighting in the co-main event the week before. Amazing. I think iron sharpens iron. Diego Lopez is very good. He looked good against Brian Ortega. Against Dan Ige, he did lose that third round because of the cardio. But that was short notice when he was scheduled to fight Brian Ortega. And he knocked out Pat Sabatini and Sadiq Youssef. I had the over 1.5 in that Sadiq Youssef fight. That crashed and burned that day. I will say, guys, with this fight right here, I would be very surprised, very, very surprised if Diego Lopez can submit Volkanovski. I'm going to X that out the equation. I'm Xing out the submission from Diego Lopez. I'm saying that Diego Lopez is not going to be able to get a submission on Volkanovski. Xing out of that from the equation. If I am going to go Diego, we have to mention his cardio, his power, of course, his leg kicks, and that thing like where he touches like the habit that he's fighting, and then like you know, he touches his Adam apple way too much, in my opinion. Almost like Dayar or Diyar, I don't know, the guy who fought Branson Ribeiro. With this fight right here, guys, 144, 146, 5'6" to 5'11", 71-inch reach to 72. I'm very surprised that Diego Lopez has a longer reach by 1 inch. I expected Volkanovski to have at least a 72-inch reach. For some reason, it feels like Volkanovski's arms are so fucking long, they touch his knees, like they touch his fucking ankles. Majority top bodies is either going Volkanovski by decision or KO, or Diego Lopez by KO, submission, or by decision. I can't see Diego Lopez winning a decision. I can't. It's for the vacant featherweight belt. Ilia Topuria vacates his belt for a shot at Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev says, no, you need to work, brother. And Ilia Topuria might have just fucked himself. But he says the UFC granted him a title shot or for the belt. Maybe he fights for an interim lightweight belt. But I will say this works out way better than Volkanovski versus Ilia Topuria 2 or Diego Lopez versus Ilia Topuria. I think this is a way better fight stylistically. And I think the guy who wins this fight can defend the belt at least one time. I think the guy, whoever wins this fight, can defend the belt at least one time. At least one time. So I am going to go Volkanovski, guys. Butt cheeks, sharpen butt cheeks. Lopez, KO, looking at me like Ana de Armas. Wait, Ana de Armas. Who's that? Is that a baddie? I'm going to look her up. Whoa. Yo, Larry has some good taste. Damn. This guy Larry has some good taste. W. Okay, yo, what's good, Cover? What's good, Cover? Hope you're having a great day, bro. We're on the main event. I know you probably got Diego Lopez, right? Lopez by elbow or Lopez by split. Okay, I love Lopez by KO. Okay, Alyssa. Lopez by KO looking at me. Damn, okay. Lopez beats Volk the same way Lopez beats Sadiq Youssef. Oh, shit. Butt cheeks, sharpen butt cheeks. What's good? Pim Livery Naked Choke is fair. What's up, Covert? Hopefully you're having a great day. The trolling expert, Covert Bets MMA. Ana de Armas was sent by the franchise to distract. I don't know about her, but damn, bro. She's cooking. She's smoking. Like the ring girls at UFC 314 at Miami. I am going to go Volkanovski for the win, guys. I'm going to go Volkanovski by decision. I'm going to go 48-47, 49-46, and 48-47. That means I think Volkanovski wins this fight 3 rounds to 2. I think Diego Lopez maybe wins the second round and the third round, and then Volkanovski takes over the first and the fourth and the fifth. This fight's going to be scary. I'm going to be right here. What is it? How many days from now? What's today? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 days from now, I will be biting my nails, looking at the main event from Diego Lopez versus Volkanovski. The first round starts. Fighter, are you ready? Fighter, are you ready? Go. And I think Diego Lopez is going to throw the entire kitchen sink at him. I don't know if Diego Lopez comes in calculated, though. He might come in calculated. He might have good leg kicks. Volkanovski's very good at checking them. But I expect Volkanovski to look like how he looked against Max Holloway in the third fight. He did look good against Yair Rodriguez, but I want him to look like how he looked in the Max Holloway, where he has his arm right here, and he's popping that jab, and he's talking to Max Holloway. He's like, what's up, let's go. Come on, man. And he's like, I thought you were faster than that. When Volkanovski is taking over, it's like a snowball effect. And then there's only so much that Diego Lopez can do. I expect Diego Lopez to get taken down. Diego Lopez throw up a lot of submissions, triangle chokes, arm bars, crazy submissions. But Diego Lopez does look for submission over position sometimes. But imagine a world where Diego Lopez takes Volkanovski's back. What if Diego Lopez takes Volkanovski's back, or Volkanovski's in a triangle choke the same way he was in against Brian Ortega? Who's to say Diego Lopez doesn't finish that choke? Volkanovski's tough as nails. So the worst case scenario would be for me to see Diego Lopez submit Volkanovski to the point where he goes to sleep. If Diego Lopez submits Volkanovski to the point where he goes to sleep, I'm done. I'm done for the day. Headed for the next card. That's it. I will say, guys, Juice Man does bring up a good point. He's huge for featherweight. He's literally built like a lightweight. If Volk finds the timing on Diego Lopez's tick, he could find success early like Ribeiro. Dude, I fucking hate DR for that shit, bro. Look, going like this. Or I don't know if that was... I forgot what his tick was. That's what it's called. It's called a tick. Like when you have like a habit or something like that. Very good point from Larry. I'm going to go Volkanovski, guys. I'm going to go by 48-47, 49-46, and 48-47 on all judges' scorecards. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a split decision. I'm going to say Volkanovski wins the first round. I think he loses the second and the third. And then he wins the fourth and fifth. I wouldn't be surprised if Diego Lopez drops Volkanovski. We know Chad Mendes. Chad Mendes dropped Volkanovski. I recommend you watch that Chad Mendes versus Volkanovski fight. That fight was a fucking war. Let me try to see where it's at. Dude, this fight was a war. This fight only went on for 9 minutes. It only went on for 9 minutes. But holy fucking shit, was this a fucking war. Some could even say that this performance was better than when Conor performed against Chad Mendes. But damn, bro, that fight was a fucking war. Volkanovski got dropped in that fight and he came right back. I don't know if Volkanovski, if he gets dropped, I don't know if he's going to come back. Fuck. That fight against Yair Rodriguez was crazy. That head KO. You know what I was saying, guys? I was one of those guys who was like, if Islam never KO'd Volkanovski, Ilia Topuria would have never KO'd Volkanovski. But now that we look back at it, some could say, bro, that Volkanovski was going to get knocked out by Ilia Topuria either way. I miss your Pitbull by Yair prediction. We're going to do a quick recap. Shout out to you. By the way, shout out to all you guys for being here. We're just about to wrap up. By far, one of my longest streams that I've done in a while. I'm going to do a quick recap, and then we're going to wrap up. Every Tuesday, I go live. So by the time we go live next Tuesday, it will be 314 fight week. And we will be talking about this card. Maybe there's a new fight edition. Maybe there's new bout order. Maybe something switches up. I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown. People's pick, Nora Cornhole. My pick, Nora Cornhole by decision. By KO or on points. To be the first one to either KO Haley Cowan or win a decision. People's pick agree with me. Tresean Gore versus Marco Tulio. My pick is Marco Tulio, but I believe it was 50-50 that poll. I'm going to go Marco Tulio inside the distance by KO or on points, just in case. Sean Woodson versus Dan Ige. I am going to go Sean Woodson. I'm going to go Sean Woodson by KO or on points. Let me catch up with you guys. Dude, Lopez is huge for a featherweight. He's literally built like a lightweight. Facts, bro. He's going to look huge against Volk. I missed your Pitbull. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Matua. Thank you for being here. And shout out to Dynamic Instability, right? She's going to be cooking up some good videos, some good recaps. Dynamic Instability. She's actually a baddie. She knows she a 10. Why only Tuesday? So just to try to make it out, because sometimes I'm playing sometimes I want to go to the gym or play soccer. So really that's the only thing. It's because it's going to get summertime. The weather's getting a little bit better, so I know I should be, you know, going twice. Going at least 2 times, 3 times a week, but it's because the weather's getting better where I'm at. And, you know, it looks like the weather's getting a lot better. And I love it when the weather gets better. This is my favorite season, like from spring to summer. From spring to summer is my favorite season. Salute to dynamic instability. Facts. So I am going to go Sean Woodson by KO or on points because he just KO'd Fernando Padilla. So just in case, I'll go Sean Woodson by KO or on points. Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. I'm going to be going Yair Rodriguez 29-28 by KO or on points. Double chance is a lifesaver. Cedric Dumas versus Michael Olajaychek. I'm going Cedric Dumas, but the people's pick is Michael Olajaychek. Majority of the people think that Michael Olajaychek has more power, and he's the favorite. Darren Elkins versus Arosa. I'm going Arosa by submission or on points. I think I'm going by guillotine or on points. Sumadaji Mitch Raposo. I'm going Mitch Raposo for the win. I'm going by decision. Chase Hooper or by submission or on points for Mitch Raposo. Chase Hooper, Jim Miller. I'm going by submission or on points for Chase Hooper. And I believe I'm going, what did I say for Chase Hooper? Rear naked choke. I think, yo, what's good, Big Hank MMA? Let's go, my guy. Let's go. I'm glad you're here. Guys, if you guys haven't, this guy is the short king. Like, he uploads shorts, uploads news. He's the one that introduced me to Orange Cat. So if you guys don't know, Big Hank MMA is the guy with the news, the guy with the content. So Chase Hooper by, I believe I said rear naked choke. Verna Jandaroba arm versus Yan Xiaonan. I'm going Verna Jandaroba by arm triangle. Arm triangle. And I hope you're having a great day, Anakin. Let's go. Arm triangle, 3rd round. Bryce Mitchell versus John Silva. I'm going Bryce Mitchell by submission on points by Kimura or decision. 29-28 for Bryce Mitchell. But remember what I said. If he gets caught, it's not. If he gets caught, just fucking look away. If Bryce Mitchell gets caught with that right hand, I'm closing my eyes and I'm looking away. Dominic Reyes versus Krylov. The people's pick is Reyes. We're all going Reyes by KO, I believe. I'll go 2nd round KO, but just in case, taken by KO or on points. Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. I'm going Paddy Pimblett by rear naked choke. Yeah, this is the one that I said rear naked choke. Paddy Pimblett by rear naked choke over Michael Chandler, but by submission on points is likely. Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. I am going to go Alexander Volkanovski to win this fight 48-47, 49-46, and 48-47. W Redbone, Red W Stream, salute the dynamic instability, Mazvar and New. Yeah, he should fight the winner. Facts. Matua, did you dream about it looked like meat. It looked like meat before you cook it. But dude, I have that on my toe too. That little thing where like the skin, like cause of the soccer ball. Like you fucking yes, Lopez W, but Brito coming for that. Facts. So guys, I am going to wrap it up. If you guys have any last minute questions, anything, maybe UFC 314, we can mix in 2 streams. Maybe 2 streams a week. I'm going to listen to you, Juice Man. We got to go at least 2 times a week. It's just hard. Brito smokes Sabatini. KZ's pick. You guys heard KZ? He's going Brito. Inside the distance over past Sabatini. We just heard Carlos Prates versus Ian Gary. We just heard about Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili, Julian Pena versus Kayla Harrison. Firestream, only disagreements for UFC is that Bryce fight. And remember, guys, if I go with, let's say I went with Julia Palastri over Lupita Godinez. The only reason I went Julia was because she was a little bit more attractive. So you know what I'm saying? Like, you can listen to some people's picks, but don't take it all into consideration. Long shot Larry. Hernanov, Buckley. I went Kobe Covington. Hernanov already knew Buckley was the GOAT. Some of you guys make some of the best calls. So let's fucking go. So I'm going to hit the outro music. I'm going to hit you guys with the outro music. Let's fucking go. Let's go. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope you guys have an amazing week. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Not only will I see you guys very, very soon, I will see you guys next Tuesday. All right? So let's hit it with the music. Hope you guys have a great day. Like I say, the best is blessed, baby. God bless. And I like how you guys all were here. Stay tuned for the polls, the community tabs. I'm going to be posting on the community tabs. Stay tuned for 6 best bets and lock of the week is coming out tomorrow. And I'll see you guys in the next one, all right? Buckley KO facts, bro. I don't know why I picked Kobe Covington. Alright, so let's go. See ya. See ya. Watch Clown Show. I'm gonna do a shout out, guys. I'm gonna do a shout out, alright? I'm gonna shout all you guys out. Alright, shout out to Larry for being the first one here. Shout out to Hernanov, Crypto Jedi, Dolescent, Pepino, Juice Man, Watch Clown Show. I hope I'm not missing anybody, guys. Fuck. It is a little too loud. My bad. Hope I'm not missing. Shout out to KZ. Shout out to Alyssa. Shout out to all you guys. Shout out to all you got. Matua. Shout out to Dynamic Instability. Shout out to all you guys. Let's fucking get it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Shout out to Thol. Hope I didn't miss any of you guys. Let's go. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's fucking get it. The best is blessed, baby. 6 best bets in lock of the week comes out tomorrow. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Naughty gang. Make sure you have the fucking notifications on. 6 best bets in lock of the week comes out tomorrow. Shout out to WMC. Let's go. WMC. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's get it. Peace.